place, you're in last deal. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Sempo's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
Look, pocket rocket in my pocket, please don't make me pop it. All these boys just wanna copy the style, tell them stop it, whoa. It's my destiny, feeling like Latoya, like it found me my Beyonce, and she shotgun in the cockpit. Grinding with the team, making C notes. In my pocket still full of green, call it CeeLo. Alligator watch on me, Tim Tebow. And these haters love to watch me like Tebow. Look, I don't take L's, I just learn a lesson. Before I count the M's, always count my blessings. Look, I'm too short, never second guessing. Got some money, put up for the rain, so I'm never stressing.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Sempo's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Sempo's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
Hey. They been on it, drum on the rail. I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, I hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. Facade get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. I gotta show it, she dipping them nails. I'm flipping my L's, I know they can tell. I did it too major, they hit me for favors. Been him since the cable was cut in the cradle. What's up, only right that I do it. Colossal until I'm a boss, so they want me to fail. Look, we prevail. Jump on your tail. Know that they talking, they telling them tales. Just know how to tell, that for the sale. Hey, they talk like they got it, but they need to stop it. I'm leading with logic, my heartbeat is frosted. I seen it, got optics I needed from Shawty. She mean with the top and it's obvious. They need him a target, I'm dodging their darts, make them reach for the stars. I'm dumping, I'm forcing the pun off the runs. I'm moving with caution, I'm saucing my nigga is nothing. From nothing to something they'll never be. Tycooning, I'm Dre with the thizzle face. I'm nothing my section has ever seen. Run the ice so I'm clutch, I don't need a screen. I'm Curry, I push it from 30 deep. Do the pin in the pad like a surgery. She the curve at you just to flirt with me. Totally tucked off, but the jewels out. I just in a home with a full mouth. I'm a rare breed when the moon out. I'ma stop playing by the rules now. I been ran plays, need a new route. Queen said she needs space in a new house. Mom told me that she pray for the kid every day. No wonder I'm getting paid for the tunes now. It they ass, bitch, I'm on the rail. I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, I hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. This facade get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. Really outside with it. Run with it. Run with it. Run with it. Back in it, babe, just in a town. I'm on the edge, I ain't coming down. I get too high, I'm afraid of the ground. I'm young and I'm paid to play with these sounds. Ignoring the call, she shedding that gown. Started at the top and I'm taking it down off the champagne. Took a break from the brown on a rampage. I've been giving it brown. Shawty been solid some time now. I'm aligned for the wine, dine, and I'm with it. Look where we started and look where we at. I can see where we headed, but I can't see me finish. 3 years ago, I was down on my last. Was stuck at the crib, I couldn't get out of my bed. Then I realized it's all in my head. And I can't go back to the past, yeah. Except now I'm moving, put all in the music for more like a movement is brewing. I cannot picture us losing. I'm sharp when I shoot it, the world is my tutor. She wanna lip block in public, but know that I'm published, we settle for safety. Not in the street, but I'm on the same muscle, that schedule been driving her crazy. They talk like they know me, but know that they bluffing unless it's somebody that pays me. Keep minding your business, the money been printing, my nigga just gotta go get it. I'm in the zone through the winter. I'm trying to see Rome, see Venice. I'm at the summit, I'm thumbing my budget, my nigga, it's nothing, just part of my image. A minute. I know they live it, admit it, I'm teed up. Little baby, she a teaser. Tell her to follow the leader. I put that weight on my shoulders, so let's run up the check in my knees, yeah. Really not nobody will, it feel like the stars align and you can see, yeah. Just look at the drip, it's lit. I've been on 10, I'm active, yeah, yeah. of their range. I'm batting again, yeah, I'm active again, yeah.
Whoa, whoa, they ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came through the front door. Ask me if I should overcome, what for? Train in the trees, please pardon my sycamore. Touch burning sands, cross lands and stormy shores, wetting tears and my goal so near. I see my victory so clear. I see my victory so clear. And today, we break through. And today, we break through. Drop, stop clocks on the speed bag. Every gal under pressure, no jet lag. This is greater than trophies and so low, so near. I see my victory so clear. And today, we break through. And today, we break through. And today, we break through.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a very warm welcome to Lenovo presents the Arena Championship by Comic Con India and the Esports Club, powered by AMD. This is gonna be me, Darshita, leading this desk for today. Alongside me, guess who the smiling face is? Yes, not for the first time. It's gonna be Scared Yet back again with me as a deadly duo, maybe. But hey, Scared, how you doing? And I heard you were a bit sick for a while.
I'm doing amazing. Yes, my throat has been suffering from the sickness, but do not worry. It's going to be super perfect for all the amazing matches that we will have today. And I'm going to agree with the fact that you mentioned that we are kind of the deadly duo. Yes, on the task
Yeah, we are.
casting desk, I'm going to agree. Maybe not in the Valorant game. I'm still silver.
Oh, come on. I've been, struggling a lot reaching ascendant maybe for a while, but it's all right. Let's not get into our ranks because today it's going to be an important day for the teams who are, fighting the matches is what I'm talking
True.
about. Best of one series, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to be a do or die situation because if you're not able to make it right here, it's going to be impossible for you to make it in the top four itself.
That is true. Do or die, just as you mentioned, all the matches will be best of one. You've got to perform on all of these stages in order to qualify. And again, you already know what's going to happen once you qualify, right?
Yeah. Everyone knows what is going to happen. You are going to make it to the land. Let's talk about it a bit later because right now things are going to hype. Things are getting hyped up, right? Because we are going to see a lot of interesting matches coming up. But at the end of the day, the question still,
Hmm.
remains the same on what are these teams fighting for. I mean, look at the prize pool. My oh my, 3 lakh INR on stake right now, and the team who is on that hashtag one gets 50%. That's 1,50,000.
And also the bragging rights, like you always mention, you are going to receive the first place in the arena championship. So why not always focus on that for the first prize? Also, the second place will receive 1 lakh and the third place receiving 50,000. So you want to hit the podium whatsoever. But in order to do that, you've got a mountain to climb and it's going to be a super steep one.
Yeah, that's going to be true. I mean, there's a lot of hard work, patience, maybe ups and downs, as I keep talking about it, that these players are going to face to make it to the top four. And even if you are in the top four, remember, you are only getting rewarded in the top three positioning because for the fourth place, all you
True.
can take back with you is maybe some memories, and alongside that, it's going to be a lot of experience and learning. But let's just quickly have a look on what all teams are we going to witness for the day because it's an important and an interesting day. I mean, look at those big names. The first match itself, Team True Rippers, we've all seen them. We know how strong of team they are, but they are going up against the sides of Team Titans. So I assume it's gonna be an interesting match, but at the end of the day, let's see if the experienced players on what experience they bring on the game today.
Hmm. That is true. I mean, Tarmac Titans, the name itself is more like a tongue twister out there. So I am going to be super excited to see what kind of underdog gameplay do they bring forward. Again, moving, it's going to be Reckoning taking on Orglis 5. Why do I relate to the members of Orglis 5? Like, way too much. DFAC up against Grey Fox, Ace Esports up against Medal Esports. So we're gonna starting with the very
Yeah.
experienced team, following it up as well with two more, and then we'll be ending the day with that one as well. Following it through Rippers up against Tarmac Titans. That's it. Talk to me. What do you think would be our experience when we witnessing both of these teams collide?
I mean, honestly, if I talk about my own experience, it's going to be a bit of a tongue twister for me to pronounce the name for the sides of Termac Titans, but I do expect them to be really strong today because, we got the list of the players the previous day itself, and I was just going through. I saw Uthred, I saw Boomer, and all of these players playing from the sides of Termac Titans. So I do believe that they might get this one, but again, who are their opponents, right? We're talking about True Rippers right now, but this discussion goes on and on for maybe next 45 to 50 minutes as we are going to head into the map of Ascent, ladies and gentlemen. Look at those ban coming up. The first ban coming up from the sides of True Rippers. I mean, that's going to be the map of Bind itself.
Exactly. Following up with the ban of Haven as well as Breeze. Those are the three bans by True Ripper, Sunset, Lotus, and Split taken away by Tarmac Titans. And we'll be heading on to the map of Ascent. Now, we've been talking about that a lot, how much teams actually love that map, one of the oldest maps in the pool, and it's got a fixed composition. But, with the addition of ESO, do you think
Yeah.
he's going to replace the Raze or a Jet duelist meta?
I mean, coming down to the map of Ascent itself, I feel investment of Jet is way too important. I mean, if I talk about the five investments coming up for
Mhm.
the map of Ascent, what do we see? We see a Sova, a KO, a Jet, a KJ, which is going to be important. But what's the fifth pick is a question for me yet, because I've seen a lot of
True.
players changing the composition over and over again when it goes down to the map of Ascent. So I might have double thoughts on that. But again, as you're talking about Izzo, um, I hardly doubt we might see one coming up today, because it's just so new right now. Players need to learn. They need to get themselves get their hand on experience on that agent maybe, and learn on how to utilize it in the
Mhm.
best possible way. I mean, yeah, I did miss the Omen when talking about the composition, though. Smoker being the important one out there. I don't know how did I miss onto it, but yep, it's gonna be a Jet coming up from the sides of True Rippers, taking to the basic composition. Going down to Titans, I do see a double duelist composition now. This makes things more intense.
Very intense, because normally you go with the double initiator composition. You need to gather as much information as possible, because map of
Yeah.
Ascent, every team knows where you might be at what time of the map. And if they've studied your rotations, then you need to cook something new up. So maybe this is their kind of special salt in their dish, adding the double duelist, adding some extra aggression towards those sites. Maybe put one towards an A and go on for a main execute towards the B after throwing some of the lineups onto the other side of the map right away to fake and execute. They can try and make a bait play out of Reyna as well, because if you get one, you can just dismiss out of the harm's way. So
Select your
get a pick
agent.
towards one side, get the attention of the teams towards that while the main execute happens towards the B. And guess what? You already have the Jet as well, so that
Yep.
you'd be able to easily open up a lot of space.
That's gonna be true though. But again, it all goes down to Titans starting things off on the attacking side. Well, we have the sides of True Rippers, ladies and
Mhm.
gentlemen, on the defensive half. So yeah, it's gonna be important at the end of the day. We even have a lot of updates coming. Honestly, I'm a bit in a shock on how we did not see a cipher pick coming up. I mean, yeah, going down to the map of Ascent, we know how important a KJ is, how important
True.
the investment of a Killjoy is. But after the updates coming up for Cypher, I feel it has become so strong. I mean, what are your thoughts on the updates for Cypher, though?
I'm loving it. I am really loving it, because previously, yes,
Yeah.
they increased the range of his trap wires and also made that double scan from the neuro threat. So these updates were super necessary. And honestly, it just seems like they really want to bring Killjoy out of that meta, right? Of the Sentinels, just focus
Yeah.
on to the Cypher. And unless you properly destroy those strips, they're just going to rearm time and time again. So you have to be worried about them.
Yeah, that's just so true. But for now, we will get more into the discussion. You guys can also let us know in the comment section though on how much have you enjoyed Cypher and the recent updates. But for now, we are gonna shift our focus
True.
towards the map itself, because it's gonna be the pistol round. The initial one, the paranoia might not just be that perfect though, but Techno seems to be falling down. It's gonna be the very first track coming up. The trade seems to be perfect. Boomer goes down, and so
Oh.
is the case with You Threat Disrupt. Disturbing the
enemy
entirety
remaining.
of team out there. A triple for him. Are you with the last name to the coffee, ladies and gentlemen? And it's gonna be True Rippers with the very first round. A quick one, I must say though.
Super quick one. You blink and you miss was the situation. And Boomer literally dashed and he was finished off while he was dashing. He jumped perfectly into the crosshair of Disrupt. So that Jet 1v1 being won by him. And that was just a simple crossfire setup going in towards the A. Everyone just flooding from the A main. So yeah. I mean, you want to go towards that one choke point, there needs to be a bunch of more utilities to be dumped in to push any kind of players backwards. And those
Yeah.
smokes needed to be invested as well, which did not perfectly happen on time. So just a few hiccups in the combination while they were going in for the site execute. Nonetheless, they've got to focus on the next few rounds, because again, True Rippers, it's their full buy round. So I do not expect a lot from Tarmac Titans in this one. Maybe just to get a few of those SMGs out of their hand.
Yeah, definitely. There have been investments made in terms of Spectres and Bulldogs, though, so it's going to be very difficult with the sides of Titans. But towards mid, I do
Mhm.
see two players trying to take the mid control. The smoke seemed to be perfect, and that's going to be a Lev who needs to make his way out of that positioning. For now, Titans are taking it way too slow, but look
True.
at Disrupt. He wants to go in for those kills. Oh, he's right present at the back, though, towards the market. Now, this is going to be interesting, but the first frag comes in, and that's definitely going to be disrupted. Shuts down the sides of Youthred, doubles it up by shutting down own car as well. So Titans have been left down to three remaining players. The Sheriff might just hit a
Mhm.
perfect shot, but not as good as the
One enemy
Vandal does.
remaining.
Boomer goes down, and so is the case with Ohm. A flawless round rolls in for the sides of True Rippers. And as you were talking about it, right, Titans did intend on taking maybe the weapons down and out on the sides of True Rippers, but that just did not happen as it was a flawless. No weaponry loss, no casualties whatsoever.
Exactly. And it's like True Rippers were the one who gained a few weapon advantages because the dropped sheriffs were also picked up and their read
Mm-hmm.
was literally on point. Did not fell for any kind of fake and then went in for that pincer towards the mid, made sure that they were the ones who would be getting all of those pickoffs whatsoever. Tarmac Titans, this is going to be their full buy, so I'm expecting them to win this round. But again, they need to pull up some amazing strategies. Smoke going in to block off anyone watching cat angle. And it seems they're actually going to flood in towards the B, that too directly going in from the mid. Dash has also been used up. I'm not quite sure why that
That
made a
maker!
thing as TMK.
It's sad. It's just so sad. Titans, they had their hands on full buy, but the way that Maker doubled it up for himself, it's just looking so
Ouch.
deadly. But Ario, what was that? Boomer shuts him down, and that's going to be Boomer with one more. Hellef gets taken down. Titans, though they have equalized the numbers, but I must say the advantage is still in the favors of True Rippers for now because you know, right? It's going to be them on their bonus, and Titans have invested a lot when it comes down to this specific round. Boomer not the best position that I suppose he wants to be into. But the spike gets planted, and now it's all about the post plant scenario that we
Bomb grenade
are
out.
talking, taking a bit of their good time. Disrupt is already in. There's one player right down. Boomer gets taken down. Boat house is where the last one might just be hoping for him to walk out of the smoke. That's going to be Youth Red, a 1 versus 2 that he needs to clutch for his team. Gets taken down by Techno, and that's going to be a third round. 3-0 True Rippers. They denied a full buy for the sides of Titans.
And also, they will be getting a few weaponry upgrades. Their economy would be just snowballing, and so will be their round count. Because again, down to another eco, Tarmac Titans, I am not even confident if they would be able to pull that one off unless they're getting some nasty flick shots in onto the head. So again, four of the people flooding in directly through the market. Yes, one of those smokes was kind of, I would say, okay, which blocked off anyone who'd be peeking from deep CT. But after that, they also had to make sure to dump some utilities for the players playing in near that switch, right? And that is what was not properly done. And every single angle was just watched out for. In the meantime, Honkar get the first pick.
Headshot.
Perfect. I just have one single word, and that's going to be perfect. Look at that KO. And look at Disrupt piling up those frags right on the back of his own teammate. That Maker shuts down Soar as well. And it all goes down to one last remaining player. Youth Red, though, does have 100 HP to survive onto and half shield as well. But a 1 versus 2. Once again, I mean, in the previous round itself, it was a 1v2 that Youth Red was put into to clutch out for his team. And back, it's going to be the same scenario towards the second lane. Maybe can just go in and get the spike planted, but it seems to be difficult. Youth Red
One enemy
get a bit
remaining.
aggressive towards that. Maker shuts him down. It's a 1v1 though, and it's way too doable, you know. Rotation towards the A side to get the spike planted straight away. But look at Techno. He's being the smart one out there. The spike
Super
just
smart.
a bit difficult. Techno and the experience that True Rippers gets their hand onto. The fourth one on bow, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Titans, it was a good try from the sides of Youth Red, but it at all just did not work in his favor, and it all went down to True Rippers having one more for themselves.
That is true. And this time around, I would still say the execute attempt was much better. It just came down
Yeah.
to those last few duels. The isolation was also there, but the timing by Tekno, it was literally just God timing at that point
Here.
because the moment realized that they've already lost the Killjoy, he knew that it's going to be a full on hit towards the A side, and he made his rotation before the Titans Killjoy. So he just knew. He read them like a book at that point and got the perfect
Yeah.
timing.
Get out of my way.
I mean, at that point of time
Again.
when that Maker was done for, we
Mhm.
knew, right, what was about to happen. But yeah, you were saying
Exactly.
something.
Just the fact that this time around it seems to be even a slower one, but how did even Heleb get that first pick? I have absolutely no clue. That was such a perfect nade coming in, but oh my goodness, look at those jet movements and dashes. Gets to keep his life only for a second while he jumps into the crosshair of Disrupt. Oh,
Boomer.
wow.
He did try his level best though to get out of that situation, and he did. With finding one for himself, two remaining players, a 2v3 numbers, completely in favors of Titans for now.
Last player standing.
For how long will it go? Boomer good for one more. And it all goes down to one last remaining player. But you
planted.
know who it is going to be. It's Disrupt. You can rely on those strong shoulders. Because Disrupt has been clutching rounds left and right, back and forth. Good for one. Yes, he is. Shuts down Boomer. Both the players playing inside the site. Might peeking together, but it's not a
enemy
position to
remaining.
be into. No way! You just lined up. No way you did that, Titans. Would have been your round.
Clutch.
The line of fire. And it's going to be one more for the sides of True Rippers, the fifth one on board.
Disrupt, the god at this point, literally being the god.
Look at
They
that.
both just lined up for him. I was expecting a double peak, yes, but the lining up was just so unfortunate, and the aim adjustment coming in from this guy. It's absolutely
Here.
brilliant, super on point
Yeah.
coming in from True Rippers. It just seems that they're winning every single duel that they're taking, but also I would say Tarmac Titans are also doing pretty good in winning some of those gunfights. But the question always comes down to the same thing, those strategic last moment decisions. Now, 2 shot being used from the op, 2 important KG utilities taken off, and so is the head of own car.
This seems to be so difficult towards the mid. Once again, they were trying to go in and take the mid control for themselves, but that did not work in their favor though. Titans once again have lost their duelist, and that's going to be Arena. You know how important of a duelist it is. Now they need to completely rely on to Boomer. You threat on the other side. They knew there was an operator. Disrupt. You did not just go in with you just did not go in and take a duel. With how aggressive Disrupt has been overall, it just seems to be so difficult. He's just so confident, and it's just so difficult to take him down. Right now, going down to the other side, Boomer gets taken down. And it's pure aim, it's just pure aim that I'm talking about right now. The mid control has been completely
One
denied to the
enemy
side of
remaining.
Titans, and the attempt to make their way towards the A side might just face a backlash. Yes, it does, as Techno finds Ohm as well. A 6-0. I didn't expect a lot coming up from the sides of Titans, but the mistakes being committed from here and there, and at the end of the day, if I talk about True Rippers, if I talk about the aim, the experience over and over again, it's going to be True Rippers at the top, right?
Yeah, that is true. I'm gonna agree with you on the part that yes, maybe there were not a lot of expectations, but honestly, 6-0 is something I also did not expect, because again, I always love to see underdog teams going against the experienced teams and bringing out some new
Yeah.
strategies, showing up their own valuable experiences that I've learned through the scrims and everything. But the best part always is underdogs
One down.
defeating.
Ah.
My goodness.
Spike down.
My goodness. Okay. All right. One whiff is allowed. One whiff is allowed. As long as he's be able to take him
One
down,
enemy
answer is
remaining.
absolutely no. But you can't reload and walk in front of those angles. Techno finding a timing, that to a perfect one. Boomer, the only one standing. Spike to be
I got the
retrieved.
spike.
And round maybe to be won yet again. Can he be the same thing that Disrupt was for his own team?
previous time
Can he bring the round
yeah.
back?
The previous time it was you threat in a 1v2. This time it's going to be Boomer. Not really sure what the plan is, Boomer. If I'm not wrong, this is the second time he did try to jump towards the first lane and was not able to capitalize on that
Yes.
entire situation. Happens for the second time as well. But the 1v2, I did have a feeling that Boomer might be able to might just get his hand under this one though. But it all goes down to True Rippers having the 7-1 on board. Slowly and steadily, it just feels like True Rippers, they are, it's a race of marathon. It's a marathon that I'm talking about right now. And in that race, it just seems like True Rippers, they don't want anyone else to take the lead. It's just them maintaining the lead, maintaining the distance as much as possible. To Rippers with the seventh one on board. Titans, I'm not really sure on what the plan is. A timeout being activated from their end. I feel it's kind of late, I would say. I mean, yeah, they would have went in for the timeout way too earlier, but again, it's going to be them on a timeout. Right now, we can even talk about the ultimates that they have. They have the KJ Lockdown, the Empress, the Hunter's
True.
Fury, and the Omen ult to work around with. But on the other side, once again, the Omen ult, the Blade Storm for Disrupt, though. I'm going to highlight it in this way because Disrupt has been unstoppable, and they do have the Hunter's Fury to work around with.
Yeah, and even Deathmaker is just one off of his lockdown, so you already know the ult
Yeah.
economy is also pretty solid. Now, looking at that, it would be possible that maybe True Rippers would want to fight in for the orb, probably at the B main if they want to. They've been winning few of those fights, but I don't think so they are anywhere interested in that one. They're like, oh, it's fine. Deathmaker would probably get a pick or two in the round or so, and then he'll have the lockdown available either ways. But for Tarmac Titans, this seems to be a perfect opportunity to probably go in for a pacey hit towards the B, maybe, or they can try and just use the lockdown in B and then gain some space on to mid. We've seen True Rippers giving up on the mid space multiple times, so maybe they can try and do that and then catch the members of True Rippers off guard while they are on the rotation, get a few more picks, and then maneuver around the map. Because again, they've got a ton of utilities, ton of ultimates, but for now, they're gonna still stick to the same market execute.
Look at the spam coming up. It's gonna be Aryu on the other side, though. Hit for one. Nah, it's not him capitalizing on that Odin right straight there. But I'm really interested right now to actually see if he is able to get even one single frag with the Odin for himself. There's going to be an execution coming up, but Boomer catches Helif off guard towards the mid-market is where he was waiting on to, and that's going to be one done. But
Spike down
Maker,
A.
not just him but his utils are way too perfect to shut down Onkar and deny him for everything. DM King goes in for that ultimate, but little does he know Youth Red, this KJ duel
30 seconds left.
does be difficult.
He's not
but
looking.
Nico has no idea, but he still manages to turn around, shut down all of them, ladies and gentlemen, and that's going to be that Maker unstoppable is what he has been always, with an ace on his name. Once again, the very first ace that I'm talking about for the Lenovo presents the Arena Championship by Comic-Con India and the Esports Club powered by AMD. This is going to be the very first ace written in the book by that Maker himself. Look at those perfect shots.
Those perfect shots were the one. He's like, it's fine, guys. I've got this site under control. You got the first pick, then with the utility, following it up with everything. You try peek onto an angle where you've already lost an op battle. This is just Tarmac Titans not learning from their mistakes. That's gonna be every single knife miss. Death Maker at this point, it just seems that he's got that Gojo infinity around him. You cannot hit him whatsoever. And talking about not
Spike
hitting,
down mid.
Om 07 also not connecting his shots. Helif is not gonna leave that opportunity.
It seems to be a bit sad for the side of Titans right now that Maker did not even care about the turret. Was giving him the damage out there.
Pretty well myself.
Indeed, he just went in and took down the owner. Titans, what's the plan? I mean, going up against the sides of True Rippers itself is a challenge that we're talking about. But I did not expect a 9-0 score line. If I talk about Youth Red, if I talk about Boomer, I've seen this players before as well. And it just seems to be a bit difficult this time though. But again, 9-0, it is what it is, right? 9-0 is what the scoreline is. Okay, just set up. Yeah.
Hear me out. One Lenovo laptop which has got AMD Ryzen and a Comic-Con ticket. It might be a 13-0.
Alright. I mean, I did not wanted to mention it in that way, but the paranoia did not hit him. He had the best positioning. The paranoia did not do anything. That Maker piled up a 3k for himself right towards the A shot, ladies and gentlemen. Now it all goes down to us discussing that will that be a second ace coming up from his end? Seems a bit
enemy
difficult.
remaining.
The fourth one!
Spike down.
Oh my god, that Maker has been denied for an ace, but the 4K that he gets his hand onto, and the 10th one on both sides of True Ripper. Slowly and steadily, it just seems to be impossible for the sides of Titans. And look at that Maker though. I mean, I felt that
Free
paranoia.
Fire
Yeah, the pre-fire seems to be perfect though. But again, the paranoia though, I mean, a point to discuss.
on point. His aim has just been on point in every single round and every single fight. It just seems like I'm watching the OG Deathmaker right now, you know, the one that every single person, every competitive player feared in those lobbies when they were facing against him. It's going to be the Odin spam coming in. Warning shots for anyone who might want to go in towards the B, but the execute is directly towards the A, and Techno's angle has been unanticipated. That's going to be the out drone used up, probably clear a few of those things up as Deathmaker being first back. That's going to be Hunter's Fury used up. Will he be caught in? Yes, he definitely will be. Ohm still getting one out of that, and Onkar gets the second trade. So the advantage in hands of Tarmac Titans, but can they go in for this execute? That's the question. Deathmaker is here, and Disrupt and
Spike
Hellef in the
down.
meantime gets the trade of their own, as that's going to be a perfect pincer coming in. The last man standing in towards the one and will be
enemy
taken
remaining.
down because the next one is just on that lurk. This has turned out horrible for Tarmac Titans.
Yeah, it does. And they know where Onkar is though. I mean, they have every possible idea on what his positioning is. Might just walk into his own death. Yes, he does. And left once again cuts him down. 11
Last
to
round
0.
in the half.
11 to 0, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, over and over, if I talk about it, it's the first match. It's the first broadcast. And look at the scoreline. True Rippers. They truly own everything for that. Everything seems to be so good, so precise. Disrupt once again with the operator for himself. This time peeking him without a flash. Might just be the worst decision, but Aryu gets denied on two. And it's gonna be Disrupt as well who gets taken down finally. A bit of a change that we are witnessing. Boomer finds Helen as well. It all goes down. One last remaining player. That's Michael, ladies and gentlemen. One more ace to end it all, but this time, not even one single frag. As the very first half comes to an end with a flawless for the sides of Titans, 11 to 1. What do you think? What do you think, Sked? I really want to hear you this time. 11 to 1. How much of
There.
efforts do you think Titans needs to put in to make a comeback, take it to an 11-11 and maybe challenge the sides of True Rippers? It's going to be difficult though. I mean, it's all a hypothetical situation that I'm talking about, but still.
Let's be realistic. It almost seems impossible at this point because again, we've seen True Rippers fumble just once or twice. Tarmac Titans, in order to build up something on the back of it, it's going to require a lot, and especially more than what they have done already. Now we know that yes, Ascent is a super defense-centric map, but come on, let's be realistic. It just seems that True Rippers are just stomping over them at this point. 11-1, of course, you might think that maybe there is a possibility, but they only have the one round room of error and nothing apart from that. And also, it's not like the economy would be just out of control right away unless they're able to pull off exactly what True Rippers were able to pull off. Those 4 zeros. Beating your opponent when they have. Question is, can this crossfire that they are kind of trying to build hold this push off as we go in for the execute push?
It's going to be a bit difficult. Boomer look for one, an instant trade comes up, shows that jump techno as well. Slowly and steadily, it just seems to be so difficult. Disrupt finds Onkar and might be so. Yeah, he doubles it up for himself for 2v2. I really love the way Titans did have a hold onto this side, and they denied a lot of players. Disrupt being aggressive. It's deleted from Uthred this time. It's going to be a Sheriff that hits him really hard, a 1v2. That Maker, known for his clutch and known for his aces, but
10
my
seconds left.
27
God.
HP, the shock that they find him. The plant,
Spike planted.
yeah, it goes down. And now it's all about the retake. Oh, that's not going to be
Oh
the best
my
possible way that
goodness.
Maker, ladies and gentlemen. Every single time, if there is that Maker in your team and if someone questions you on who is the shoulder to rely on to in a clutchable moment, it's going to be that Maker. The aggressive one is going to be Disrupt. But a 1v2 to get the pistols on board and the match point as well.
And also a solid buy onto this one because again, Tarmac Titans would definitely be forcing out, but it would not be enough to even equalize or come close to what True Rippers will be bringing onto the table as they've already got the Bulldog and the first raid is right there. Disrupt shuts own car down and they try to follow it up as that's going to be a dash going in towards the side, taking a ton of space.
Got one.
Okay. Coming in.
Placing swarm grenade. Last player standing.
Nailed him.
One enemy remaining.
Be a nice for himself. That is the last part. Oh my god!
Attackers
This round
win.
You should have seen your face.
was
Too
best
easy.
way to end the map instead of five tries that we're talking about to end it all here and here, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing map though. I mean, everything
Sheesh.
was a bit blurry as my camera is for a while, but yeah, so was the case for the Titans out there because the scoreline goes down to a 13-1.
I mean, all right, I understand that you're gonna win that bet and you'll be going to the Comic Con, but seriously, that
Yeah.
was such a great display, and what a way to start the tournament. Two ace right away. One by Disrupt, one by Deathmaker. I mean, just let's not waste any time talking about that. Why not just quickly see those aces coming in because we'll be
Yeah.
moving on towards the highlights of the game as well.
I mean, every
Sheesh,
single
my
round
goodness.
in this map itself has been a point of highlight, a point to talk about. To start things off with the pistol itself, it was disrupt. Over and over again, it has been disrupt. Okay, I mean, no matter how much we talk about or how much we emphasize on that, but yeah, nothing to take away from the sides of Titans as well. They did try their level best. There were mistakes that they did commit onto. I mean, for example, those players lining up, maybe the site execution's not working in their favor or the utils not hitting the opponents in the best possible way. Yeah, there were mistakes being committed from the sides of Titans, but at the end of the day, if we talk about a team like Two Rippers, we know how strong they are. We can even we did talk about their experience. We did talk about all the players like that Maker, Helef. We did talk about Disrupt as well. So, yeah, it had to be difficult. I mean, yeah, this is the lineup that I was talking about. Both the players were in one single line of fire. I also
Yes.
did see the sides of Titans, end times maybe trying to take the mid control for themselves. They did ask for the mid though, but every single time they tend to do that. Two Rippers denied them everything, and the hold seemed to be perfect. Disrupt with his operator, maybe Bulldog, Sheriff, every single weapon that he had, he has mastered them all. You know, we don't even talk about it. Look at that Maker in this round. I mean, the
Why did he
ace.
win this? Why did
How
he
did he
win
win
that duel?
this?
That's my
No,
question.
how did he win that duel is the question.
That's just I mean unreal. Even Boomer just not being able to connect those knives. It just seemed that it's not Tarmac Titans Day whatsoever. It was just True Rippers showing off their experience because the pre-fire from Deathmaker, absolutely brilliant. Knew that there might be other people peeking and on the exact same angle. No utilities properly being used up to push him off position. Even though when they realized that yes, he's probably there, I was expecting a few more flashes to come in his way because again, if you've taken the ace already, you need to be respected well enough for all those shots. In this
Yeah,
one specific hold, I was expecting that maybe Tarmac Titans would be able to pull it off, but again, the fake from Deathmaker, it was just perfect. It was literally perfect. It seemed that
yeah,
he had an idea of what Tarmac Titans were able to do. He knew every single thing, and even the last specific round, man, that's so bad. I wanted to see the ace coming in from Disrupt again. Unfair for my boy.
Yeah.
All right, jokes apart. We clearly
I
saw
mean,
what he's capable of and what true rippers are capable of. So I mean, I can't even wait to see what are they gonna bring up forward in this tournament.
yeah, there's going to be a lot happening, but here we are, the first map, ladies and gentlemen, 13-1. I mean, the picture was a bit blurred before, but it seems to be pretty clear and precise now.
True.
13-1 is what the scoreline is, what we're talking about. True Rippers, they get this best of one for themselves. I mean, going down to the map of Ascent and challenging them on that map, it's already a big bold statement out there. And even after that,
True.
even if I don't talk about those agent selection, if I don't talk about the map,
Hmm.
only if I talk about those precise aim coming up from all these players, I feel that's way too much. I mean, that's enough to have them their victory. Going down to the other side as well, Titans, they did try their level best on getting this one for themselves, but yeah, there were mistakes that we did talk about while witnessing the highlights as well. I mean, I did expect this map to maybe go on for 45, 50 minutes. Yeah, I did talk about 50 minutes, I remember though. But at all, to Rippers, they did have other plans maybe.
They were running out of clock time, so they were like, "All right, it's fine.
Yeah,
Let's just end it as quickly as possible." I mean, they gave up on that one round. I would not even say that they gave up on that one round. It was stolen away properly by Tarmac
yeah,
Titans, but they needed to just repeat that, the rinse and repeat thing. But it's just not possible when you're facing someone like True Rippers, who've been to so many finals. Even in the off season, we saw them in a crazy game against Orangutan. They won the upper bracket finals but could not make it in that grand finals. So came second, but it clearly shows that they've got a very solid potential and they're just super solid team coming in. So facing the first match against them, yes, it is going to be a very good experience for Tarmac Titans to probably
yeah.
realize what were the mistakes that they made, because a few of them being just going in for some straight executes, they could have just tried to mix a few more things up in that. And also, please do not try peek on any of the angles, especially when disrupt is on operator.
Yeah, that's going to be so true. The point that I really want to talk about right now is going to be Disrupt himself. With the operator that he had for himself, he
Mhm.
tend to be so aggressive towards the site, right? The KJ turret
True.
towards the lobby itself did deny him, but he did went in, maybe took down the turret, took down the alarm bot, and then went in all to take down that KJ, though. But look at him, he's owning them all, I would say. 25 kills with 4 deaths, a rating of 134, ladies and gentlemen. That's the perfect duelist to have on your team. That Maker with 17, the Ace, the 4K, all seem to be perfect. I mean, going down to the agent that he's playing, that's going to be a killjoy. I mean, if he can be so destructive when it's a KJ that he's playing onto, imagine the old Death Maker on a duelist, though. I mean, it just gives me goosebumps already.
Would really love to look him in that exact form in this tournament as well. And average combat score of 320 as well. And just as you mentioned, on
Yeah.
a killjoy. I mean, Disrupt, yes, he had to have the highest ACS, but what is 452? My God. If I combine all the past few ACS of mine, it would still not equate to
Ah,
452. That is absolutely crazy, but still a great display of sheer power with some good strategies and some basic Valorant idea. So they did not peek onto any angles dry. They went in with those util perfect sprays, and honestly, it was at the end of the just that aim difference coming in, because Nisraf was in flow, man. He was in that zone for that last ace, and what a way to end the game.
yeah, what an amazing way to end the first map itself. I mean, I was talking about a lot of hard work, a lot of perseverance, maybe
True.
a lot of time, strategies, and investments. But the way first map has been and the start of this tournament has been, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be so interesting here on, because we have 3 more maps to be witnessed. So for now, I feel me and my casting partner does need a small little break to maybe drink some water and get ourselves back to what we are going to witness in the second map. So to not go anywhere, we'll be right back. Until then, stay tuned.
Whoa, whoa, they ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came front door. Ask me if I stress overcome, what for? Train in the trees, please pardon my sycamore. Touch burning sands, cross lands, and stormy shores, sweating tears, and my goal so near. I see my victory so clear. I see my victory so clear. And today, we break through. And today, we break through. The drop, stop clocks on the speed bag. Every out under pressure, no jet lag. This is greater than trophies and solo, so near. I see my victory so clear. And today, we break through. And today, we break through. And today, we break through.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute, work hard for the car, so that's why it's all tinted. Wait a minute, had a real late night, woke up with my head spinning out in Nashville. It's been mad real, I need sunglasses, I need Advil. I like fake boobs, and my cash real. I like first place, you're in last still. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
Look, pocket rocket in my pocket, please don't make me pop it. All these boys just wanna copy the style, tell them stop it, whoa. This my destiny, feeling like Latoya, like it found me my Beyonce, and she shotgun in the cockpit. Grinding with the team, making C notes. In my pocket still full of green, call it CeeLo. Alligator watch on me, Tim Tebow. And these haters love to watch me like Tebow. Look, I don't take L's, I just learn a lesson. Before I count the M's, always count my blessings. Look, I'm too short, never second guessing. Got some money, put up for the rain, so I'm never stressing.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Hey. They been on it, drum on the rail, I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, I hit me to chill, I give it a thrill, I put it on film. I get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. I got a show and she dipping them nails. I'm flipping my L's, I know they can tell. I did it too major, they hit me for favors. Been him since the cable was cut in the cradle. What's up, only right that I do it. Colossal until I'm a boss, so they want me to fail. Look, we prevail. Jump on your tail. Know that they talking, they telling them tales. Just know how to tell, that for the sale. Hey, they talk like they got it, but they need to stop it. I'm leading with logic, my heartbeat is frosted. I seen it, got optics I needed from Shawty. She mean with the top and it's obvious. They need him a target, I'm dodging their darts, make them reach for the stars. I'm dumping, I'm forcing the pun off the runs. I'm moving with caution, I'm saucing my nigga is nothing. From nothing to something they'll never be. Tycooning, I'm Dre with the thizzle face. I'm nothing my section has ever seen. Run the ice so I'm clutch, I don't need a screen. I'm Curry, I stitch it from 30 deep. Do the pin in the pad like a surgery. She be curving you just to flirt with me. Totally tucked off, but the jewels out. I just in a home with a full mouth. I'm a rare breed when the moon out. I'ma stop playing by the rules now. I been ran plays, need a new route. Queen said she needs space in a new house. Mom told me that she pray for the kid every day. No wonder I'm getting paid for the tunes now. If they ain't ass, bitch, I'm on the rail. I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, I hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. This facade get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. Really outside with it. Run with it. Run with it. Run with it. Back in it, baby, just stay in the town. I'm on the edge, I ain't coming down. I get too high, I'm afraid of the ground. I'm young and I'm paid to play with these sounds. Ignoring the call, she shutting that gown. Started at the top and I'm taking it down off the champagne. Took a break from the brown on the rampage. I've been giving it brown. Shawty been solid some time now. I'm my life for the wine, dining, and I'm with it. Look where we started and look where we at. I can see where we headed, but I can't see me finish. 3 years ago, I was down on my last. Was stuck at the crib, I couldn't get out of my bed. Then I realized it's all in my head. And I can't go back to the past, yeah. Except now I'm moving, put all in the music for more like a movement is brewing. I cannot picture us losing. I'm sharp when I shoot it, the world is my tutor. She wanna lay block in public, but know that I'm published, we settle for safety. Not in the street, but I'm on the same muscle, that schedule been driving her crazy. They talk like they know me,
minutes, the money been printing. My nigga just gotta go get it. I'm in the zone through the winter. I'm trying to see Rome, see Venice. I'm at the summit, I'm thumbing my budget. My nigga, it's nothing, just part of my image. I need a minute. I know they live it, admit it, I'm teed up. Little baby, she a teaser. Tell her to follow the leader. I put that weight on my shoulders, so let's run up the check in my knees, yeah. Really not nobody real, it feel like the stars align and you can see, yeah. Just look at the drip, it's lit. I've been on 10, I've been on 10. I'm active, yeah, yeah. Sliding that thing, tell them to step back, cause I'm out of their range. I'm batting again, yeah, I'm active again, yeah. The jaded, they tangled in feelings. I'm on a wave, I know that they hate it. Praises to high, ain't nobody really. I'm gifted, won't trade it for nothing, I'm in it. I get deposits, so I keep it cautious. No cash at the crib, everything been legit. I keep it solid, I know they gon' talk when I get it. They claim they're part of this, but I'm dolo with it. I'm chasing the riches, the riders, the Hail Mary to the Benjamins. Niggas is mad, they cynical. The hate in your heart, waste your energy. They want what we on, they envy, don't pay it no mind. Too focused on enemy. My soul's too pure to have enemies, so I hope you can find you some inner peace. I need a minute. I know they live it, admit it, I'm teed up. Little baby, she a teaser. Tell her to follow the leader. I put that weight on my shoulders, so let's run up the check in my knees, yeah. Really not nobody real, it feel like the stars align and you can see, yeah. Just look at the drip, it's lit. I've been on 10, I've been on 10. I'm active, yeah, yeah. Sliding that thing, tell them to step back, cause I'm out of their range. I'm batting again, yeah, I'm active again, yeah.
We are back again, ladies and gentlemen, after this quick short break. We did drink enough of water to keep ourselves hydrated because the first match was really fun and it literally got on our nerves. But here we are with the second match for the day for Lenovo presents the Arena Championship by Comic-Con India and the Esports Club powered by AMD. Bringing you back to this casting, this, yes, it is your deadly duo. I mean, yeah, we do assume that it is a deadly duo. This means Darshita alongside me. It's gonna be Scared Yet, who seems to be a bit scared though. Can I know the reason, Scared?
Scared actually, I'm just having fun because I'm hating everything that's happening on the back end. So yeah, I'm enjoying, I'm having my day. And honestly, looking
Yeah.
at these matches, I mean, we've started the day with two aces right off the bat, Deathmaker as well as Disrupt. So you already know that the teams are fired up, and also I can't wait to
Yeah.
look what's gonna happen in the next match.
Yeah, the next match is also going to be interesting. We do have a big name again going down to the second map of the day. I mean, yeah, we'll be having the matchup screen. Well, Manoj, did you really wait for me to
Reckoning.
say that? Yeah, it's going to be Reckoning Esports going up against the sides of Orglas 5. Reckoning Esports, once again, a big name that we can keep talking about. But what's a point of surprise here, Scared? It's going to be the sides of Orglas 5 for me because, again, names, I mean, yeah, if I talk about the players, they seem to be a bit new to me, honestly, and so is the team name.
Hmm.
So let's see what kind of surprise they have to give us all.
Yet again, an underdog team, new players. Your friends up against an experienced team. I can't wait to see what map they're going to play on. And oh my goodness, the moment I say it, my goodness, the timing is just perfect. It's going to be the map of Haven, Darsh. So, I mean, we've seen what happened on Ascent. Now we're going to witness the map of Haven. What are your chances that maybe this new team might pull up the new agent as well?
I mean, I really wanted to talk a lot about the team, but right now I'm gonna, just flex a bit. Haven is my favorite map, and I am a Sova main.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be really interesting, even for me to witness on how both of these teams perform in the map of Haven itself. Maybe a chance for me to learn some new lineups coming up from either of the sides. Because going down to the map of Haven, we know how important it is going to be for you to have some really good moment. Uh, really good agents having great moment. I mean, if you talk about the map itself, the C
Mhm.
long, the A itself, you need to walk a lot. I mean, your legs might just get tired of walking and walking to
True.
get inside the site. So you definitely need some real good agents to rely on. To maybe a Jet. A Dashin would be perfect. A Yoru, I really do not expect a Yoru coming up though. But do you think we might see a Yoru?
I honestly want to see a Yoru and also I want to see an ISO because I've been seeing a
Oh,
few
okay.
VODs and I was playing on my own. So one of the funniest part is that when ISO uses up his skill contract, you can use the Yoru clone
Yep.
to kind of force him into just taking the Yoru clone into his ultimate rather than you yourself. So I want to see those fun clips like that, man. Come on, show me some new combos, show me some new setups coming in because you already know ISO is a pretty solid agent, especially for all the
Yeah.
Reina one tricks out there. They always went in for that one tap dismiss, right? And you kind of have that one free key. As soon as you get the first kill, break the orb, and then you're kind of immune for at least one thing. It may be a raised rocket, or it might also just be a bullet from the classic, but you will be immune for that. So might as well
Yeah.
just
I mean, Ace is a lot to talk about right now. I mean, I really understand
we
scared.
saw
We
two,
did
man.
see
Come
in the
on.
previous match itself. Yeah, we did. In the previous match, though, you need to get over it because we are in the second match already, reckoning versus Orglas 5. But yeah, talking about Izzo and Izzo Alt, there's this thing to maybe go against Izzo, and it's going to be the Astra. That can be a super
Hmm.
competitive duel if you talk about it. Because if you place the stars
All right.
perfectly, you can actually, uh, go in for a perfect fight. That there are high chances that you might deny an Izzo. I did see that on Instagram, as you guys did. I mean, I was scrolling a day before, and I just saw that reel come up on my feed randomly. But yeah, it's a perfect way to sum it all up. I mean, imagine a duo between an Astra and an Izzo. It's interesting.
It definitely will be. I mean, come on. When you talk about Isso's ultimate, I know we've been talking about him a lot, but seriously, it's a new agent. It's super fun to play, and you basically have that situation like whenever an enemy calls you in for come 1v1, you literally can take him for a
Yeah.
1v1. No skills whatsoever, only pure gun skill. So it's super
Yeah.
fun to watch and it's super fun to witness. But either ways, let's just talk about the other components of the team, right? Because you always know that you need those few initiators coming in, and Breach was something I was just about to say. You mentioned about the Sova. I also wanted to talk about Breach as well because you know it's going to be important whenever you want to go in for those site executes, the Rolling Thunder, perfect tool to use. You also have the Sova to gather a few information, and I mean, come on, the flashes from Breach are also pretty solid and nasty in those terms. You can also pair it up with maybe a double duelist comp if you don't want to go for a breach and
Yep.
Sova both of them. You can just pick up a sky and go in for some double duelist composition or a thing like that. So I personally feel that we might possibly see them, but let's see.
Yep. Talking about the agent composition for now, no Astra whatsoever. It's going to be Omen, Breach, and his investment in the map of Haven. We all know how important it is going to be. But on the other side, the double initiator that we are talking about, or we will be talking about in a while, it's going to be coming up. So, yeah, it makes honestly, again, the other. I mean, look, imagine a Sova
Select
and a
your
Sky
agent.
combination going up against Sova. So it's really, really interesting, but there's a change though. Single initiated double
Hmm.
wants to go in that way. So, player thoughts. What's your take on the double?
Again, when we are talking about the entire composition of both the teams, yeah, I am also sad about the fact that we're not seeing any ISO coming up. But seriously, whenever we look at these compositions, you know that the tools and utilities that they use, it is important. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it always comes down to those gun duels. We saw previously as well. AM King was literally on a killjoy, not even on a cipher. It was on a killjoy, the OG
Mm-hmm.
Sentinel that I've been seeing, and it all went down in those aim duels. He was able to win out of just based on that pure aim, and
Yeah.
also the idea as to what his opponent is trying to do. So reading onto that is going to be extremely crucial and detrimental. So I think so. August 5 would just have to do something out of the ordinary or something just out of the rank games.
Yeah, that's gonna be true. I mean, reckoning esports, they've proved themselves before, but it's time for Oculus 5 to maybe show us something really different. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. Second match for the day is what we are talking about. And it all gets started with a pistol round. In terms of investment, if I talk about this round, we do see a few ghosts coming up. God, Caramel. That was a perfect way to initiate things. Caramel gets taken down, and an important frag rolls in the favors of Reckoning Esports. But look at them having
Planted.
No charges left.
those numbers for themselves. That's going to be Oculus 5, ladies and gentlemen. 2v5. The spike gets planted, and now it's all about the retake. Boya good for one. Yes, he is. Shuts down Ace. The retake needs to be perfect and flawless at the same time because it's a 2 versus 3. Numbers are rolling in favors of
One enemy
Look at the
remaining.
Rena. So aggressive. Inside the smoke itself will be punishing Voya. 1v2 to clutch out the team. Will ANQ be able to clutch it? Is the question. Time needs to be his
One
best
enemy remaining.
friend. Good for one. Yes, he is a 3K. But now here comes the KJ and the KJ setup in
Swarm
the
grenade
play.
out.
Wasting as much as time he can. And now he knows the defusal seems to be impossible. The frag rolls in for ANQ. But that's all he could do. Gets taken down to the spike. And the first one for the sides of August 5.
All right. So for the first second, I was kinda double-minded with the fact that they were giving 1v1 to ANQ, but then looking at the way how time was running out and how Killjoy was positioned, I realized, all right, it's actually a perfect situation from them because Omen was able to waste out enough time, and then Killjoy just perfectly used up those mollies, detonated them, and made sure that no matter what, even if ANQ is able to get a few picks out there, he would not be able to get the round. Now I love the fact that he still went in for that fight. He got another AWP point and also then died off from the spike. Now that's going to be a good indication coming in. Trailblazer following it up, but little do we know that there are actually two people inside that, and that's going to be a perfect util bank coming in. It's good for one, but the dismiss coming in from Reyna will directly go into the crosshair of Caramel and
Spike
take him
planted.
down.
Night night.
Slowly and slowly, once again, the spike gets planted, and now it's all about the post plan. Ace good for one, shuts down the opposite.
Last
Dead
player
Caramel
standing.
might just get this one. No, he does not. It's going to be Ace once again. Reckoning Esports, one last remaining player, and it all goes down to Voya being the only one to survive. A 1 versus 3 to get their hands onto this round and maybe take it to an equalizer, which seems to be really difficult. Ace, the best possible positioning. A good headshot. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Dropped down the sheriff. Oh, but at the perfect time to have a knife in your hands, my friend. It's gonna be Killjoy who shuts him down. And finally, it all goes down to August 5 and one more rounds in their name. But as I keep talking about it, I've told, I've been, mentioning this fact way too much that the main game starts from the third round itself. Because at all, one team has a full buy and the second is relying on their bonus. That's where the tables tend to turn around.
They tend to, but again, if Reckoning keep on making the same kind of mistakes that they are making, I'll be pretty worried about them because no matter how you look at it, August 5 are going in for some pretty decent executes, and also their post plan looks solid. So unless you would be able to just break through that, or you would kind of deny them entry, I don't think so. Reckoning would be able to get the round for them. Yes, they've got the weaponry advantage. ANQ also has the off in hand, but I believe it's going to be they're gonna get the information out of that. I love the fact that they used up that utility to force ANQ off of that position. And again, holding a passive angle, that's gonna be shot, not connected? What?
He definitely did miss out on the first one though, but he is not gonna miss the second one. But once again, a lot of damage. Missed out. Reckoning. How in the world are they even falling to these traps? It all goes down to a 1v1 and Orgless 5. Ladies and gentlemen, they come up on the top. It was a full buy round for the sides of Reckoning. And it just backlashed them like anything. A 0-3, Reckoning Esports not really sure on what's going wrong. But ANQ did miss on to a very important frag. Did connect the second one, but again missed the third one out. I wouldn't actually blame the only player ANQ out there, but the entirety of Reckoning fell to the trap and Orgless 5 got the third one on board.
Exactly. They had to realize that it was a trap setup. So yeah, very well mentioned that they should not have fell in for that trap, but eventually that happened. Now their attention was towards the other parts of the map, as now the C execute's gonna go already on the way perfectly, and that is so many utilities being done perfectly coming in. That's gonna be the spray down. Good for one, good for two. Ace making sure that there's absolutely no problem in the planting of that spike. ANQ, as soon as he goes in for that peek, went in for that jump one, still caught in a perfect angle. What a crazy crosshair placement. And also realizing Goya would be there. He gave out the sound cue. Readjustment, brilliant. Orgless 5. I mean, someone hired them already.
Oh, maybe that's the name of the org. You never know. 4-0, ladies and gentlemen. Orgless 5. This seems to be a deja vu right now. I mean, only if you remember what happened in the previous match, and if you were, that Omen sticker is way too cute. Okay, I mean it's way too cute. But okay, for now, focusing on what is going on our screen. ANQ once again with the operator. It's gonna be no one that walks in his crosshair, but Ace a bit aggressive towards the C long. Rotations might be called up. They still are trying to take the C and the garage control for themselves.
I've got your trail.
But the Seekers are invested. The Seekers are on license now. They do have a lot of information to walk around with. An important frag, but right now, for now, it all goes down to Excali, who finds the best possible frag onto Ace out there. And look at her. His util are definitely enough to shut down Sky, and all his execution out there. Excali gets taken down. A 4 versus 3, oh, maybe a 4v2. Orgless 5 down to 2 remaining players, but as soon as the smoke fades away, it might just be defeat for the players who are holding inside the smoke itself. Goya's position seems to be perfect. Harsh shuts down Killjoy, and finally, it's going to be the first round that rolls in for the sides of Reckoning Esports. 1-4.
So pretty solid defense setup coming in this time around from Reckoning. Yes, they made sure to use the utils perfectly, and I really love the fact that Harsh just went in for the aftershock in that cubby that was connecting garage with the C. So he was able to get one frag directly out of it. So that was a really good realization of what exactly was happening around the map, and good communications from their side whatsoever. So in the first round, yep, that's a solid lead, and I think they can try and build upon this momentum if they want to. Oh my goodness, the combination coming in. Until Fury gets the first pick, he will be getting that pick no matter what. Oh yeah, solid for one. That was a solid setup. I mean, combining the fault line with the Sova drone, that's going to be another pick. 1 for 1. Oh, what a dismiss timing, but he will be taken down by Oya whatsoever. Another paranoia coming in to try and stop anyone in their tracks. But do they have an idea about the position? November range. They can try and figure out the fight.
Spike down.
Won by him. Excali wins it out. Either way, Sky getting a good trade on the edge of the other part of the map. But that's the spike down already. And Boya still standing strong. Down to a 1v1. He needs to reposition. I don't think so. He's got any idea where Sky might be coming from.
The positioning seems to be really good though, but look at Orgless 5. Look at that Sky trying to make his way from the C long towards the site itself. This is going to decide on does Orgless 5 have the 5th one on board.
30 seconds left.
But for now it seems difficult, and now they know where the Sky is. The reveal needs to be perfect. The spike is down. So Boya can possibly play
I got the
around
spike.
until and unless the spike does not get planted. Does have a flash. That's going to be Sky.
Blinded.
That's going to be perfect. He
10
has all
seconds
the
left.
information to walk around with. Boya, a 4K. And the second one on board,
Right
ladies and
here.
gentlemen. Reckoning Esports, finally, they are back. This is a Reckoning Esports I honestly was missing in the initial few rounds, where there were mistakes being committed here and there. But finally, to start things itself with the perfect reveal and to capitalize onto the positioning, it was an Hunter's Fury who got the first very frag for themselves, but it all went down to a 1v1, which was risky, right? It was anyone's game until Goya got a
Here.
4K and got it back for his
Out
own
of my
team.
way.
Scanning ahead.
2 to 4, yet 2 rounds of advantage
There
to the
they
sides
are.
of Orgulus 5. A lot of information to be relied on to A and Q. Does give a lot of damage to the opponent jet. That's not going to be enough. Ace is going to be very stubborn on that positioning. They do have a Sky to heal Ace back to 100 of his health. Look at Excali. Look at that positioning.
Spike down.
One
Attacker
takes his
spawn.
own pretty time to reposition.
One enemy
Doubles
remaining.
it up, and that's going to be Ace down as well. It all goes down to one last remaining player. Gonna be the Killjoy though.
Just you kill down
For one, yes he
everything.
is, but it all goes down to
Here.
Caramel finding the third one on board. And the third one for the sides of Reckoning. I have to give it to Excali though. I mean, the positioning and the control was way too good.
Through that. Good control coming in, and really love the fact that no one actually gave him an isolated fight and was just spamming even through the walls just to make sure that has been taken care of. So good respect being shown by Reckoning this time around. A few questionable decisions here and there, but still at the end of the day, they're almost just run out away from equalizing things. You already see again the operator in the hands of ANQ. He's been playing this time around towards the A yet again. Now, alright, so this is something I did not expect. It's going to be a sniper in the hands of Reina on the offense. So attention being made towards the B. They already have left Sky in that position and the spike has not yet been committed. So I believe they're trying to pull off similar kind of thing that they pulled in a couple of rounds earlier. Just posting up Sky to catch anyone in the rotation, especially A and Q. While also just, probably trying to play in for the picks. Talking about picks, Excali winning out dual in towards the C long. Is it going to grab the rotation? That is the question. Again, some progress being made by Ace, but the alarm bot's going to give a lot of information. It's going to halt his footsteps right off the bat.
Yeah,
Spike towards the C though.
Spike is yet towards the sea. For now, they are trying to make the execution, but Excali can actually get taken around it for 1, 2.
Spike down.
Perfect,
C.
a
30
3K,
seconds left.
and the aftershock is
One
going to
enemy
force
remaining.
Ranaji out of that positioning. Gets taken down. Excali with a 4K, ladies and gentlemen. Got the first one, got the last one in that specific round. And an equalizer comes in. Reckoning Esports. I'm not really sure on what went wrong in the initial 4 rounds when it was Orgulus 5. But again, what has happened, and they are back again. A 4-all equalizer, and now the only ults
Placing
to
swarm
walk
grenade.
around with
Recalling
for
my
both of the
boss.
sides, it's going to be the Open
bot
and
out.
the Killjoy. We just have those two ults to maybe rely their backs onto, but an important round. A full buy maybe for both of these ends. Not really sure on what the economy is like, only if you could have a look onto it. But for now, Olympia, look at how aggressive he is. He knows the
One
position.
enemy
He
remaining.
finds them. He shuts them down. Exactly gets one more within a blink of an eye. Even if you shut it down for 1 single second, ladies and gentlemen, you've missed out on a lot of action as Reckoning gets the 5th one on board.
Perfect util dump coming in the A cubby. They made sure they had the idea, they had the perfect read, to be honest. And as soon as they heard those footsteps and the utilities, they realized what's gonna happen, because again, it was the eco coming in from Orgulus 5, so they all wanted to play together, wanted to go for a pacey A hit, and the pincer maneuver coming in was just absolutely brilliant. Reckoning did not give them the isolated duels, just gave them what they were bringing onto the table of Reckoning Esports. So I mean, letting them have a taste of their own medicine, but even with better weapons. So
Yeah.
Winning those duels out was exactly what they needed. They are trying to make some more attention towards the garage, just like that. They get the control of it and now are moving in towards the other part. Rambot will give them out the information, and there's already Harsh playing. Yeah, so you know he's got enough utils to relay, but again, that's gonna be Rain of Flash coming in. Clear. Push anyone back.
Yeah.
Not a pretty duel either way, but Sky still wins it out. The force by coming in from their side, and Harsh will win out on his trade against Reina. So that's down to a 4v4.
Oh, what a perfect timing it is for both of the ends to invest onto the KJ lockdown, but now the Rolling Thunder is being invested onto. Sky finds one more A and Q. What did you just do? What's happening? It's Cali. How are you even surviving? What's going on? Number Rain. What in the world was that? It's Cali, my friend. How did you even survive? I want to see that
Delete.
again. I'm
Delete.
so sorry.
Just delete.
I don't know. Look at that.
My God.
Oh my God, Excali.
Talk about playing with your food. I mean, that's just the clip for the Instagram. That's just an Instagram clip at this point.
Yeah, it is. Definitely the Instagram
That's
clip.
basically. Yeah, that's a strong one to August 5, and I don't know if they'll be even able to come back from this one, because November Rain, he needs to brush it off, but brushing something like this off is going to be super difficult. That's going to be the Hunter's Fury being committed, and they do not even want to let them go in for the execute, as Boya gets 2 from it, and he gets so much value from that Hunter's Fury.
Oh, that's the reason you should always have a breach and a Sova combination. Relying onto the back of breach completely while using your Hunter's Fury and a perfect combination. That's finally going to be a site completely open. I'm not really sure if that's completely open, because it's not. ANQ was right present out there with his operator to deny them every single thing.
One
And
enemy
Esports,
remaining.
They seem to be really good with all the strategies that they are having for themselves. It all goes down to one last remaining player, the only player down to clutch it out and get the 5th one, and maybe take it to a 6-all equalizer. It's gonna be the Killjoy, a 1 versus 3.
30 seconds
Seems
left.
to be really difficult. I mean, every single player is towards the A side. They know the spike is down, and the Killjoy needs to make his way towards the A side, get the spike, get it planted, and maybe fight against 3 players. So you know how difficult it is, right? So a better option is to maybe save a Vandal that he
10
has for
seconds left.
himself. Last 10 seconds remaining. We know it's gonna be a Reckoning Esports round 7-4. But you know, scared when it all started with a 4-0 scoreline. I did not expect Reckoning Esports with a huge comeback and maybe a 8-4 half. I mean, yeah,
Last
it's still
round before the
hypothetical,
switch.
but you never know if
Last
this
round to
might
use
be
our
an
creds
8-4.
and abilities. Don't waste your firepower.
Seeing how they're also forced into one, it also seems kind of difficult, but they should have enough credits to bring a decent amount of buy in this round. Again, the strategies in the first few rounds were really good, and I also feel that Reckoning were kind of not giving enough respect to August 5 at that point. But after that,
We can't
they
keep
realized
doing
what
the
was
same
happening.
things.
They realized that August 5, they've been trying to play in for picks. So Reckoning decided to just hold their ground and did not fight for any kind of early rotations whatsoever. They just fought for the space. And
Yeah.
I really love the adjustment coming in from their side. Talking about adjustment, that's already a first pick. Probably what? No way. You missed that.
Spike down A.
Alright.
ANQ.
He gets one.
He did. Yeah,
He
he
gets
did miss
one.
on the first one, but will be capitalizing on the second one for himself. The Altron will be giving a lot of information to the sides of Reckoning Esports. Look at Boya as well. Does have an operator. Oh, okay.
Flash.
Perfect though, but once again, no shots being connected. Boya trying to deny them everything, and the aftershock, the placement, will be putting a halt, a pause to the execution. 40 seconds remaining on the clock, and the sides of August 5, this seems to be really stubborn towards the A side here.
The timing onto the aftershock was brilliant because it just denied the entire push, and also the jet smoke faded away, but slowly creeping
30
up for
seconds
the
left.
No,
execute.
Spike
Thank
down
you.
A. One enemy remaining.
What is ANQ doing, ladies and gentlemen? A shorty, an operator, every single thing that he has, he's been utilizing it in a crazy way out there. A 4K already. Might just be an ace. Harsh?
Nah.
No, that's
Harsh didn't do it.
heartbreaking.
Switching.
It would have been a third
He's
ace
running
in
away.
2 matches itself, but yeah, Harsh denies us. It was a treat to my eyes to witness what all happened. ANQ, those knives were perfect. It all went down to one last remaining player and maybe an ace that he had no idea about, and that's the reason he went in for that frag though. But at all, it goes down to an 8-4 scoreline. August 5 after getting 4 rounds in the initial stages itself. It was reckoning esports with 8 consecutive rounds. So yeah, I mean
Exactly.
that's a big bold statement.
Someone guessed the future already in the previous one, but
Right
all
there.
right, all right. 8-4 situation, reckoning now on the attack. So again, looking at all the executes and the read coming in from reckoning, the last one in which the Owl Drone
Right
gave out a
there.
ton of information. Reina, yeah, he stepped back for the first stick, but then on the second scan, it seemed that he was again moving forward. So the idea was just there. It was perfect for reckoning, and that 1 second was everything that decided what's going to happen in that round. It gave the idea to reckoning that it is still going to be an A hit. Everyone's been just regrouping and they're going to go in for a recommit. So they had the reinforcements called in at the perfect time, and they also used the utils perfectly. And honestly, the small window that Oculus 5 developed, it was just closed by the aftershock.
Yeah.
And again, it was just the follow-ups coming in after that. Those utils usage and the spray down, just brilliant. But yeah, Harsh, you should not have stolen away the ace.
Yeah, it kind of breaks my heart right now that I did not get an opportunity to witness one more ace. But again, at the end of the day, an 8-4 scoreline is what I was talking about a while ago. And I'm really happy that we did witness an 8-4 scoreline, honestly. I mean, everything that I am talking about is what I'm witnessing on my screen. So yes, kid, I'm really happy. But a small pause before we head into the second pistol round. Now, here's the thing. If at all it's going to be the sides of Orculus 5 who get the pistol round on board for themselves, that's where there are going to be n number of comeback chances. But if it all goes down to Reckoning Esports getting the pistol round for themselves, it's going to be very difficult, right? Because at the end of the day, they already have 8 rounds for themselves. They are 4 rounds up as compared to the sides of Orculus 5. So getting the pistol might just make the situation more vulnerable for the sides of Oculus 5, and you never know if Reckoning Esports gets the double digits while winning the pistol for themselves, because if you get the pistols, you have an advantage for the second round. You go and invest onto Spectres, Bulldogs, and that's where everything just falls apart. At the same time, ANQ and his frag, someone needs to stop him, because the more amount of frags that he gets in the initial first and the second round takes him closer to his ultimate, right? So in the third round, even if it is a bonus and maybe ANQ does have the ult to work around with, they get the initial frag, they can actually invest onto the ult and get one more on board. So yeah, there can be a lot of what ifs that we are talking about, ladies and gentlemen, right now. All hypothetical situations. But yeah, I've said a lot. I really want to hear from you as well, Scared. What do you think is going to happen?
Honestly, when I was having the look at the defensive setup coming in from Oculus 5, they had a couple of
Yeah.
people being invested towards the C and then just one towards B, while Garage was being held by the KJ utilities, and on towards the A side, they again had 2 people invested. So, pretty decent, wherein they've got some defense, heavy defense setup on the extremities. So the question is going to come in as to where that hit will go from Reckoning, as they were all being clustering towards the sea. So I was kind of expecting them maybe to probably go in, show some early presence there, and then after that try and work in on towards the other part of the map. Maybe just post one person, go in towards the other side, make some more noise there, so that there's a possibility of getting at least one pick or maybe two of the people who'd be on those rotations, because we saw August 5 doing nothing, right? They posted up Sky near the window, and they kind of made a lot of noise towards the seaside, and that basically caught ANQ off guard. He was caught in the rotation while he was trying to rotate in from the attacker's side and was taken off guard or caught off guard. Now, I love the fact that Reckoning read onto that gameplay, right, on their defense, and they did not let it happen again and again. It just happened once, and after that, I believe not even once. This is the kind of read and the kind of adjustment that I'm expecting from Orgulus 5 as well to show on the table. Now,
Yeah.
I know everyone's been waiting for the game to begin, guys. We're already moving in. Just 5 more seconds. We'll start the
Keep
round.
it cool.
All the
That's
technical
how you
difficulties
survive.
have been fixed up. While we're looking at the
Yeah.
other two people of Reckoning, one of them gonna make some noise towards the A, probably catch someone, and Caramel going in again with those defensive,
Here.
those normal standard killjoy setups with the turret in outside of that garage door in order to catch anyone who'd be trying to go in for that push. Now, Reckoning doing the exact thing I mentioned, made a noise towards C and now are rotating slowly towards A, and that did catch the rotation once, but not everyone is just totally convinced.
Look at the rotations coming up from the sides. Reckoning already towards the A is where I do see them for now. August 5, there were two players who made their way and traveled towards the garage and the C side, but that was not the best
Here,
possible
not in sight.
decision as the side goes in the favor of Reckoning Esports. But now, they did try to deny them, but it was too late. And at all, the spike gets
Here.
planted. Now it's all about the post-plant situations that we are talking about, and the fact that Reckoning Esports did not utilize onto a lot of utils. That's where, despite the game changer, but 3 of the players' location has been compromised out there. Sky and Ren are the team up to
Last
find
player
2,
standing.
but Poya single-handedly shuts down 2 of them. A 1 versus 3, next to impossible to get in front of Caramel as he tends to shut him down. Comes up on the top. And Reckoning Esports. I was really scared. I did wanted August 5 to get the pistol round and maybe take the next round for themselves, take it to a 8-6, make it more intense. But at all, it goes down to Reckoning Esports having the 9th one on board, and you never know if they get the 10th one as well, because they did go in, they get the spike planted as well, they got the round as well, so they are going to be really rich. I mean, look at 2 Vandals being invested already. 2 players sticking down to
She's
Ghost.
coming in. Well, I mean, it's fine, right? They're already winning 9-4 is the situation. So yeah, once you talk about it, they've got a couple of battles invested. One of them being up already. Excali gets the first pick. Oh my goodness! All right, it's a frenzy in hand right away, and Reyna went in for another peak down to 8 HP and no more heal available. So that's, I would say, still kind of a decent trade for Reckoning. They've not lost the rifles yet. Only the killjoy, so they've got to worry about the backstab, and Voya is there to welcome Ace.
They again have the side under their
remaining.
control, and they do have Excali with a Vandal. So you know how difficult it is. It's going to be Body Master, maybe the last one to survive. They try to take one down at least, but
Outrun
you have a breach. You know how irritating a breach can get, right, with his utils, and that's it. That's the case straight away on our screens as well. Last player being denied on 2 and the 10th one on both. 10 to 4, 6 rounds of difference. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to remind you guys once again, we started off with a 4-0 in favor of August 5, and right now it goes down to a 10-4 in favors of Reckoning Esports. How fast tables have turned already in few rounds itself. It's just 14 rounds. You never know if Reckoning Esports ends it in the upcoming 3. But this is going to be a crucial round. August 5, they've invested onto a lot, and that Reyna will definitely capitalize on those investments to shut down Excali. No smokes whatsoever. Reckoning Esports now. How will they execute is the question.
Here.
And slowly creeping ahead, no utilities, nothing to block off the heaven. So Ranaji had an option and a chance to probably get one of them. That's going to throw on the face of Ace. He goes in for another peek. 1-for-1 trade. In Q. Still something strong. That's going to be everyone just rotating backwards, leaving it. They're not
KJ.
having the member advantage. They got the entire
August
rotation
5.
of August 5, and now exactly they've got the full map to work around with.
Oh, it's just 3 players in 3 different directions. Are you kidding me? They force the rotation out of the A side. There's 1 player towards the C, but look where the spike is. ANQ, look at his positioning. He did not expect Body Master to be present right out there, and that's where ANQ will be denied onto numbers doubled.
30 seconds
An
left.
advantage for the sides of August 5. They just lost 1 single player. what I was
One
talking
enemy
about a
remaining.
while ago. Rena good for
Spike
one. Yes,
planted.
he is. Harsh is going to be the last one to survive. Spike planted a 1 versus 4. Towards the hell is where I do see him. Two players speaking to each other. He
What
needs to be
was?
careful.
Oh,
Finds one
okay,
more.
okay.
Yes, he does. A 1 versus 2. Another perfect time to go. And for those you tell, both of the players tend to take him down. And finally, after a long wait, ladies and gentlemen, August 5 gets the fifth one on board.
It seemed Reckoning at the end of the day were kind of indecisive. They wanted to probably play for another pick to try and equalize the numbers. But in the attempt to do that, I really love the positioning of ANQ there, right? Because he worked around so much, had the entire garage cleared, and then just needed to watch out for a couple of those angles. The unfortunate part was that he was watching the wrong one. Had he been looking on towards the left and towards the
Here.
CT, he would have caught Killjoy whatsoever, and that would have equalized the numbers and would have put the pressure on August 5 because they would have had no idea and no information about what's happening. Sky's rotation was coming in, but apart from that, it just ended up being a 4v2. That's gonna be a Rolling Thunder invested though. Probably a quick hit coming in towards the A. It was an entirely empty site, so not a value that you would want from your Rolling Thunder,
Spike
while the
planted.
retake is going to be flooding in 5v5.
They're concussed.
So now, it seems to be perfect, but A and Q
One
over
enemy
and
remaining.
over again, ladies and gentlemen. A and Q has been so precise. The aim and the adjustment
Okay, I
is
know the
so
drill.
perfect. They did lose on the previous round, but this time again, they did not make any mistakes. Reckoning Esports 11 to 5. Slowly and steadily, they just need one single round to get to the match point and one more over it to end it all here and here. But the
Here.
question is, Oculus 5, what will they do? Right now, Reckoning, they do have the Omen ult to work around with, so even if in case they lose the control of Spike, it might just be Omen and the ult being used, but Oculus 5, they're all towards the B itself, maybe trying to go in with some stinkers, but that's going to be a lot of bodies piled up towards the stairs as they could not make it any more further out of that
Match point.
situation. 12 to 5, Reckoning Esports in a blink of an eye, they are on the match point, ladies and gentlemen. One more round, and we might just say that the map 2 is done for.
Placing alarm bot.
Piling up some eco frags in their favor. Caramel just 2 away from the lockdown
Yeah.
as well. They've got the Blade Storm to work with. They've got From the Shadows. On the other side, there's absolutely no ultimate whatsoever. So it's
out of
going
my
to be
way.
super problematic for them yet again. If you're looking at August 5, they're also a couple of pods away from their own lockdown. That's going to be Reina getting the first pick. So Caramel's been taken care of. That's a good opener that they've found. But looking at the other side of things, there's just too many smokes and not a lot of vision to have. So Bladestorm might not get as much value as I would expect it to get. But the position of Ranaji, is it anticipated? That's the question. A spike has already been planted. That
One
plant
enemy
is going to give
remaining.
them an idea and a cue and some knives on the back of the head. In Q's angle, not checked, punishment delivered, and that seems to be it. As again, it's just Killjoy against a 1v4 situation. Flashed up, shorty right on the face. And Cali, no, okay, alright. It was anticipated this time, but Boya does the final job done. And again, putting the final nail in the coffin, fired bullet in the head. That's going to be Reckoning, winning things out.
Reckoning Esports to start things off, everything favored, I would say, the sides of August 5. But Reckoning Esports, they knew what they were at, what they were best at, right? So it all ended with a 13-5 scoreline. I mean, I don't know if that's a coincidence, but August 5 does have a 5 in their name itself, and that's the amount of rounds that they have been granted onto. Not a coincidence that I definitely will talk about, ladies and gentlemen, but it all goes down to a 13-5 scoreline, and Reckoning Esports getting the second one on board did seem a bit difficult to a bit difficult in the start itself when it all went down to August 5 having consecutive 4 rounds denying a full buy for the sides of Reckoning Esports, but when it went down to Reckoning having the second full buy, it was them and their sheer domination. Because I remember in the first half itself we did talk about it, right? First 4 rounds did went in the favors of August 5, but after that it was all about Reckoning. 8 consecutive rounds, that's a double up directly. So That's huge. That's a big bold statement. We did talk about it, but once again, we are towards the match highlights and sketch. If you have something to share,
Of course, because whenever you look at those first few rounds, those early few rounds, it just seemed that Oculus 5 had a perfect idea of what they want to do. Yes, there was a
yeah,
few rough plays coming in from Reckoning Esports as well, but the capitalization was right there. Oculus 5, they were just watching every single angle. But I mean, from this round onwards, when Voya popped off, there was one thing I wanted to talk about that one specific round. It was the fact that,
yeah,
yes, it was a 1v1 between Voya and Ranaji, and he had the idea of the sky's positioning, right? He saw it with his view in his camp. He did see that. I was not a very big fan of his recon dart because that would have given the idea to Sky as to where he was. But eventually, he did win, ended up winning that one duel. So that was a solid thing happening for him. But yeah, that was kind of questionable decision. And after that, it was just reckoning, reading Ogless 5 like a book, going in for some perfect plays. That shorty sprayed on was also good. Sky was only able to get
this
caramel, but
round.
I don't even want to talk about this moment. My God, that is just brutal.
Yeah, that's gonna be Omen versus an Omen. But if I only talk about who the Omen was, it was Excali, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know how difficult it is gonna be to shut down Excali in that way. ANQ in this round, I mean, yeah, Harsh did deny him his ace. He did find two frags. He did find one frag with the operator, two with the blade storms, one with the shorty, but the last frag was in the name of Harsh, and that's where our third ace for this tournament on the first day itself got denied onto. But yeah, I'm always going to remember Disrupt and that Maker
True.
for possibly giving us two best aces to witness in the first match itself. But for now, again, Oculus 5. At the end of the day, it was all about reckoning esports after first few rounds. I mean, yeah, every single time we did talk about a team winning the round, it was reckoning at the end of the day. In this round as well, the Killjoy did get one frag with the stinger in the hand, but that's all they were rewarded onto because then Caramel just was like enough of it that I've already had. But we go down to the scoreboard once again. It's going to be ANQ on the top with 316 of ACS, 21 kills and 7 deaths. That's a 3 KDA to be maintained and 3
True.
first bloods as well. But on the other side, I have to give it to the sides of Nats, FT Nats, the 13 frags, 4 first bloods. On I mean, yeah, that's
Hmm.
a lot that you can have, but again, it wasn't enough, right? Your teammates' support is what you needed the most. I mean, November Rain in terms of assists has been phenomenal. Going down to the kills, 2 frags, not really sure if that would have been enough.
Yeah, not the best day for him.
Yeah,
Probably
maybe.
I would be wanting to forget about this, but at the end of the day, I really kind of like the first few rounds, just as you mentioned. We mentioned it multiple times. The first few rounds
Yeah.
were actually very good because we had the idea that the Ogless 5 were reading Reckoning Esports and they were just finishing them off one after the other. But apart from that, the adjustment from Reckoning was really good. But for now, we're gonna adjust for a short break, guys. So make sure to stay tuned as we'll be right back.
lane when I pass in the street. Bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute, work hard for the car, so that's why it's all tinted. Wait a minute, had a real late night, woke up with my head spinning out in Nashville. It's been mad real, I need sunglasses, I need Advil. I like fake boobs, and my cash real. I like first place, you're in last still. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
Look, pocket rocket in my pocket, please don't make me pop it. All these boys just wanna copy the style, tell them stop it, whoa. This my destiny, feeling like Latoya, like it found me my Beyonce, and she shotgun in the cockpit. Grinding with the team, making C notes. In my pocket still full of green, call it CeeLo. Alligator watch on me, Tim Tebow. And these haters love to watch me like Tebow. Look, I don't take L's, I just learn a lesson. Before I count the M's, always count my blessings. Look, I'm too short, never second guessing. Got some money, put up for the rain, so I'm never stressing.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Hey. They been on it, drum on the rail. I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, they hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. I get a plot, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. I got a show and she dipping them nails. I'm flipping my L's, I know they can tell. I did it too major, they hit me for favors. Been him since the cable was cut in the cradle. What's up, only right that I do it. Colossal until I'm a boss, so they want me to fail. Look, we prevail. Jump on your tail. Know that they talking, they telling them tales. Just know how to tell, that for the sale. Hey, they talk like they got it, but they need to stop it. I'm leading with logic, my heartbeat is frosted. I seen it, got optics I needed from Shawty. She mean with the top and it's obvious. They need him a target, I'm dodging in darts, make him reach for the stars. I'm dumping, I'm forcing the pun off the runs. I'm moving with caution, I'm saucing my nigga is nothing. From nothing to something they'll never be. Tycooning, I'm Dre with the thizzle face. I'm nothing my section has ever seen. Run the ice so I'm clutch, I don't need a screen. I'm Curry, I spit it from 30 deep. Do the pin in the pad like a surgery. She be curving you just to flirt with me. Totally tucked off, but the jewels out. I just in a home with a full mouth. I'm a rare breed when the moon out. I'ma stop playing by the rules now. I been ran plays, need a new route. Queen said she needs space in a new house. Mom told me that she pray for the kid every day. No wonder I'm getting paid for the tunes now. If they ain't ass, bitch, I'm on the rail. I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, I hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. This facade get a plot, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. Really outside with it. Run with it. Run with it. Run with it. Back in it, baby, just stay in the town. I'm on the edge, I ain't coming down. I get too high, I'm afraid of the ground. I'm young and I'm paid to play with these sounds. Ignoring the call, she shutting that gown. Started at the top and I'm taking it down off the champagne. Took a break from the brown on the rampage. I've been giving it brown. Shawty been solid some time now. I'm my life for the wine, dine, and I'm with it. Look where we started and look where we at. I can see where we headed, but I can't see me finish. 3 years ago, I was down on my last. Was stuck at the crib, I couldn't get out of my bed. Then I realized it's all in my head. And I can't go back to the past, yeah. Except now I'm moving, put all in the music for more like a movement is brewing. I cannot picture us losing. I'm sharp when I shoot it, the world is my tutor. She wanna lay block in public, but know that I'm published, we settle for safety.
Not in the street, but I'm on the same muscle. That schedule been driving her crazy. They talk like they know me, but know that they bluffing unless it's somebody that pays me. Keep minding your business, the money been printing. My nigga just gotta go get it. I'm in the zone through the winter. I'm trying to see Rome, see Venice. I'm at the summit, I'm thumbing my budget. My nigga, it's nothing, just part of my image. I need a minute. I know they live it, admit it, I'm teed up. Little baby, she a teaser. Tell her to follow the leader. I put that weight on my shoulders, so let's run up the check in my knees, yeah. Really not nobody real, it feel like the stars align and you can see, yeah. Just look at the drip, it's lit. I've been on 10, I've been on 10. I'm active, yeah, yeah. Sliding that thing, tell them to step back, cause I'm out of their range. I'm batting again, yeah, I'm active again, yeah. The jaded, they tangled in feelings. I'm on a wave, I know that they hate it. Praises to high, ain't nobody really. I'm gifted, won't trade it for nothing, I'm in it. I get deposits, so I keep it cautious. No cash at the crib, everything been legit. I keep it solid, I know they gon' talk when I get it. They claim they're part of this, but I'm dolo with it. I'm chasing the richest, the riders, the Hail Mary to the Benjamins. Niggas is mad, they cynical. They hate in your heart, waste your energy. They want what we on, they envy, don't pay it no mind. Too focused on enemy. My soul's too pure to have enemies, so I hope you can find you some inner peace. I need a minute. I know they live it, admit it, I'm teed up. Little baby, she a teaser. Tell her to follow the leader. I put that weight on my shoulders, so let's run up the check in my knees, yeah. Really not nobody real, it feel like the stars align and you can see, yeah. Just look at the drip, it's lit. I've been on 10, I've been on 10. I'm active, yeah, yeah. Sliding that thing, tell them to step back, cause I'm out of their range. I'm batting again, yeah, I'm active again, yeah.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute, work hard for the car, so that's why it's all tinted. Wait a minute, had a real late night, woke up with my head spinning out in Nashville. It's been mad real, I need sunglasses, I need Advil. I like fake boobs, and my cash real. I like first place, you're in last still. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
Look, pocket rocket in my pocket, please don't make me pop it. All these boys just wanna copy the style, tell them stop it, whoa, whoa. It's my destiny, feeling like Latoya, like it found me my Beyonce, and she shotgun in the cockpit. Grinding with the team, making C notes. In my pocket still full of green, call it CeeLo. Alligator watch on me, Tim Tebow. And these haters love to watch me like Tebow. Look, I don't take L's, I just learn a lesson. Before I count the M's, always count my blessings. Look, I'm too short, never second guessing. Got some money, put up for the rain, so I'm never stressing.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
Hey. They been on it, drum on the rail. I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. Facade get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. I got a show and she dipping them nails. I'm flipping my L's, I know they can tell. I did it too major, they hit me for favors. Been him since the cable was cut in the cradle. What's up, only right that I do it. Colossal until I'm a boss, so they want me to fail. Look, we prevail. Jump on your tail. Know that they talking, they telling them tales. Just know how to tell that for the sale. Yeah. Hey, they talk like they got it, but they need to stop it. I'm leading with logic, my heartbeat is frosted. I seen it, got optics I needed from Shawty. She mean with the top and it's obvious. They need him a target, I'm dodging their darts, make 'em reach for the stars. I'm dumping, I'm forcing the pun off the runs. I'm moving with caution, I'm saucing my nigga is nothing. From nothing to something they'll never be. Tycooning, I'm Dre with the thizzle face. I'm nothing my section has ever seen. Run the ice so I'm clutch, I don't need a screen. I'm Curry, I spit you from 30 deep. Do the pin in the pad like it's surgery. She the curve at you just to flirt with me. Totally tucked out, but the jewels out. I just in a home with a full mouth. I'm a rare breed when the moon out. I'ma stop playing by the rules now. I've been ran plays, need a new route. Queen said she needs space in a new house. Mom told me that she pray for the kid every day. No wonder I'm getting paid for the tunes now. If they ain't ass, bitch, I'm on the rail. I rap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling, I speed out, I hit me the chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on real. This facade get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. Really outside with it. Run with it. Run with it. Run with it.
Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Lenovo presents the Arena Championship by Comic Con India Esports Club and powered by AMD. I mean, this has been a great journey. As for the first two matches, honestly, I'm referring to because we've seen some stomping coming in, right, from both the experienced teams. But I am looking forward to the next two matches because I for sure know that Darshita probably thinks it is going to be a dead even matchup.
Yeah, the upcoming match is going to be interesting and spicy at the same time. Now, the only reason I say spicy is because Grey Fox, they had a lot of changes in their lineup. I'll be very honest. I'm not really sure on what the performance will be like coming up from both of these ends because previously we did see the sides of Grey Fox performing phenomenally well. I mean, their previous lineup is what I'm talking about. But now that they have a lineup switch, I'm kind of very, excited and interested at the same time to see and how these players perform. I mean, individually, all these players are amazing talents, but when it goes down to a team performance, that's where everything changed. So that's where things might change for Grey Fox as well. Going on to the other side, we have the sides of DFAC, maybe a surprising team again. But the previous time I did see a surprise. I was actually surprised. So yeah, let's see if that happens again, ladies and gentlemen. The map that we are going to witness right now, it's going to be the map of Lotus. Instant selection though from the sides of DFAC. We have Markai, Shera, Kirito, M-Kit, and Zeret. Okay, interesting names at the same time. Okay, all right.
Well, again, we'll just have to wait and see how it kind of pans out because I like the double controller composition from their side. Viper alongside with Omen, with their duel is still being raised. We know that whenever is the map of Lotus, you kind of always tend to have a raise in your team. The Jing buff, let's just say. They're not on that Sky,
Yeah.
would also provide a ton of value with the Sky. While on the other end, still excited to see what's going to be the last one. Is it going to be the Viper or are they going to pull in the Astra or maybe an Omen coming in? I
Oh,
honestly feel that Viper should be a must pick because you always see teams going in with those Viper comms, but you always tend to go in for those switch ups, right?
interesting switch though. Kohli onto Open and Hoax with a breach.
Select your agent.
Double initiator again coming up from the sides of Grey Fox Esports. On the other side, it's going to be a double controller. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Double initiator going up against the sides of double controller. Viper, as you said, interesting pick and important at the same time. DFAC will definitely be sticking with that pick for themselves, but again, it all
True.
goes down to Dre Fox and me discussing about the new players. We did see the sides of Hoax. We saw Panzer, honestly, sticking with the sides of Grey Fox Esport, but Resident Panzer, the entirety of Grey Fox has changed. I mean, yeah, you remember previously when we used to have ASDF, we used to have Survey in the playing five as well. That seriously was an
True.
amazing time, though. But today, going back to this new lineup, let's see on how things change for them. What are your expectations when it goes down to only Grey Fox right now?
All right. Since we're just looking at the Grey Fox, I'm solely gonna based on talk based on the compositions coming in from their side. They've got that double initiator. They'll be having a ton of value with all of those flashes that they'll be cooking in, and I feel like that taking the space is something that they can do proactively and they can try and invest on a bunch of those utilities. They would still be having enough to go in for the side execute on the other side. While if I'm talking about DFAC, they'll be picking up the double controller. So you know that
Yeah.
in order to counter a double initiator, you can keep those double controllers in such a way that one of them is basically facing off those the initiators and just stopping them from any kind of pursuit by using their own utilities, maybe the smokes, or if you've got the omen, then the paranoia, viper for the
Yeah.
molly. So it's going to help you out a lot, but eventually we'll have to see who win those gun duels because still round we go and probably the contact being made already.
Have initiated the fight that they wanted to, but the way Grey Fox Esports has been falling for those traps, it seems to be a bit difficult. Addition of Vibhor might just be a cherry on the cake for the sides of Grey Fox Esports, and look at him being finished in a perfect headshot, but not being able to capitalize onto anything. All that he was happy was with the fact that he, had himself a perfect headshot hit onto his opponents, but that's
Mhm.
all the players still standing strong. A 2 versus 5. It's going to be an execution. A lot of rotations.
Spike
Panther for
down
1
A.
might double it up.
Last
The
player
blind
standing.
classic finds him Guadvo. Shuts down Markai. The blind is perfect, but for his own teammate, not really. It all goes down to Hoax doubling up, getting taken down, and DFAC with the very first round for themselves.
Exactly, Vibor just going in a little too aggressively. He had a bunch of information and a bunch of guys in front of him, and honestly, that was kind of not the greatest decision to take that duel in that situation because you knew you'd be getting a swing from two or three different players. So even at best, you would get a 1-for-1 trade. And whenever you're on the defensive side, you know that's not the best situation for you. You need to keep those numbers up whatsoever. Otherwise, the defense will be just spread thin. However, another round we go in, and this time around, Grey Fox probably having the same approach with the Sky and Rays going towards the B to try and isolate the first fight.
Yeah. Taking it slow for now. A lot of control being demanded from players of Grey
What?
Fox. But that's not a perfect position to be into if you are Vibor and Hoax. Markai tends to shut both of them down. It is going to be a round of advantage for the sides of DFAC as they have Bulldogs and Sheriff being invested onto Panzer. Needs to at least find one, maybe deny the economy and get the bonus. Will he be able to do that? Is the question. A lot of damage. Slowly and steadily, two remaining
Cool.
players for the sides of Grey Fox Esports. They do not yet have the seaside completely open for business. I mean, look at that Omen in the exact corner out there. Kohli.
One enemy remaining.
Planted.
All right, it all goes down to Panzer getting taken down and goes down to Kohli being the last surviving player. A 1 versus 4 to clutch out for his own team, but he has a shorty to walk around with. So a close range fight is what might get him the kills and maybe a replacement and an upgrade into his own weaponry. And if not that, it's gonna be really difficult. Talking about DFAC for now, they've got the spike planted. All they need to do is just wait back and maybe wait for Kohli to make his way inside the site. But at all, it goes down to a 2-0 scoreline for the sides of DFAC Esports.
Yep, and that to them not lost a lot of utils, right? So you already know. Nah, he does not even have the time for that.
Yeah.
He goes in for the spray. Nah, he'll be taken down. Alright. I'm not quite sure if Shera actually wanted to die on that one. Did not realize the range of the bomb explosion, but still, when you talk about it, you saw how he plays in the smoke, right? Kohli, he made sure that if there's anyone who would try to push in, he would have the value. So he had the intention from the beginning that he cannot win those fights. So the best scenario in that situation would be to just die to the spike explosion and get that extra orb coming in. So it was a save, but there are still a few things that Grey Fox need to brush up, especially their flashes, because that Sky Flash was not pretty at all.
Yeah, that's harsh, but that's true. Again, towards the A side, it's gonna be Ven, and he has the rumble control for himself, though. I mean, look at how aggressive he is. Previously, it was the C side, but this time it's gonna be A and the A main control. On the other side, DFAC, they're taking it slow. They know that this might just be Grey Fox being a bit aggressive, and they have the information to like us. When needs to win this duel, he does. Flashes are perfect. 1, 2, 3. 3 for me is what the race says, and so is the
One
case with
enemy
Gwen.
remaining.
2 remaining players. Grey
down
Fox
A.
Esports. Gwen, not really sure if that's the double satchel he wanted. Gets taken down to Shera. At all, Shera is the last remaining player to survive. Could not find anything else than Ven for himself. And that's going to be the first one. Finally, a full buy that rolls in for the sides of Grey Fox Esports.
Exactly. They were playing it slow, playing it smart, and honestly, the position coming in from him, that was really good. He made sure that he keeps the control of the rubble and then just swung on to them one after the other and zeroed. He was flashed up at that point, was not even quite sure why he was running in that place. They did not anticipate when being in that position, so that was the reason why they were punished. And eventually just gave him those 1v1s when kept on winning. However, this time around, they seem to be having a pacey hit towards the sea as the Trailblazer will try and clear a few of those utilities. That's going to be the showstopper used up already. It's going to clear a ton of space.
Yep, a lot of space being demanded. The site is completely open for business. DFAC will be going in for the plant as well. The spike gets planted. Now it's all about the 5v5 post plant, but look at Shera. He definitely is the aggressive one, but Venka with one more. That's going to deny the numbers. Panther might not stick to the defusal. Yes, but there's going to be a flood one as DFAC Curito finds 2 before he gets taken down to Panther. It all goes down to 2v2 Panther trying to maybe stick to the defusal. Half defusal is done for. It all goes down to Vibhor. Doubles it up. And Grey Fox Esports once again, ladies and gentlemen, in the initial series itself, finally a 2-all equalizer. Because in previous both the matches, I did not see an equalizer so early. But this time, when we are witnessing the sides of Grey Fox versus DFAC, it's finally going to be an equalizer in the initial series itself.
Grey Fox are warming up. Finally, a great play coming in, especially that retake on the back of Ven's showstopper as well. They knew that they could go in and take that space, and now are going to push DFAC back to a save round. They've got 4 sheriffs to work with, so those headshots landing in would definitely create some problem, but seems like actually want to fight around for the exact same rubble space. Time and time again. The
Venka.
ball to give them enough time, but then creeping up, he'll be flashed up, Rain not pretty, and he gets taken down.
Heal up, squad.
Oh no, Venka. Not even one single frag though. That's gonna hurt them a lot. The weapons being passed on to their teammates. Siraj knows that he does not have the HP, but
Spike
Vibhor
down
once
A.
again. Both of the players lining up over and over again has definitely been a problem in the previous matches as well. And so is the case with
There.
TFAC. They did have the early numbers for themselves, but it all goes down to Grey Fox getting it back on their name. A 4 versus 3. They do have the Omenal to walk around with, but I don't think they will go in and maybe invest onto the Omenal. Taking it way too slow. Still being stubborn towards the A side. Might this be a A or a B execution coming up, rotating towards the C side? I really doubt that's going to happen because they did not have enough amount of time. Last 30 seconds remaining. Shera
30 seconds left.
does have a Vandal, but how much of a value can he actually make out of it is a question. Dashes or gets in the side with the satchel. Find one, but an instant trade comes up from the sides of Kohli 2v2 Malkai. The sheriff shots are really
Spike
perfect.
planted.
Not really sure if he wanted the aftershock on that positioning, but yeah, scared the spike is planted.
And it also seems that to a 2v2 retake, the advantage should be in the hands of Grey Fox.
One enemy
Reposition.
remaining.
Is it anticipated? Even if it is, the fight's going to be won by them, and that's going to be Grey Fox yet again going in for a decent retake. Couple of people's being alive, but honestly, the execute was so great, but the spray down from Vibhor was even better.
That's going to be true. Grey Fox Esports 3
Every
consecutive
single
rounds for
one.
them.
Exactly, and whenever you talk about it, we've seen in the previous few games, right? Apart from the first one, even the previous one, we saw that the first 4 rounds were being taken by the underdog, but after that, the experienced teams, they just start to pop off, and as of now, Grey Fox seem to be the one that popping off perfectly, even though on the DFAC side, I like that they were also able to take 3 of those rifles away again when going in for the exact same positioning, but this time around, does what he did in, I believe, round number 3, wherein just kept the rubble control, got the 3k out of that one. But the adjustment seems to be there by DFAC. They've got the Trailblazer on already. So this could be detrimental. While
You
on the
should
other
run.
side, Shera invested into the lockdown as well. The position noted. He actually wants to isolate that fight, wants to take that, and it's going to be the lockdown struck perfectly. Spray down, not pretty, but still gets the job done. Takes one. Will be taken down right away. So the trades are there.
Oh, DFAC not really sure on what the plan of execution was like. The KJ Ultimate was invested onto Grey Fox Esports, so now they
Last
have the
player
best possible
standing.
numbers, but Panzer, look at that shot. Zeron gets denied. DFAC, it all goes down to Malkai being the last surviving player. He definitely has been able to hit those perfect shots for himself. Trying to go in, maybe take a plant to force out players from their positioning. So that is just going to haunt him as Vibhor finds the third one on board. A 3k for Vibhor and a round for the sides of Grey Fox Esports. Venka towards the rumble, yeah, that was not a perfect spray down for him, but as you said, right, the job was pretty much done there. He wanted the frag, he got it for himself. But look at Vibhor playing a Sky and being on the top of the tables, having 3 deaths, 3 assists, and 7 frags as well. That's a lot. I mean, that's the only reason, right? I mentioned having Vibhor in your team is more or less a cherry on the cake itself. But once again, the matches are perfect.
I've got your
Not
track.
and perfect though, but there's going to be the investment of stickers of Seekers of Bloodbath out there, which will get the FAC Esports their numbers as Grey Fox Esports is left down to 2 remaining players.
Last 2 members remaining, 3v2, but they've still got to go in and plant the spike. So time, they've got much more than sufficient. But do they anticipate Kohli being here? They definitely do not, as a solid first pick going in their favor. Paranoia, they realize the position of the second one. Smoke coming on top of it.
One enemy
Still
remaining.
being given. Oh my goodness. Last 1v1 and Kohli went out. That's Grey Fox yet again. DFAC, I mean, that last run from Killjoy, that was, I wasn't quite sure why did they even do that. Yeah, kind of trying to grab the attention, but that just revealed the position. But the crossfire spray down in this situation was just so brilliant. But the way
On
DFAC were
yeah.
able to break it up, it was even better.
Honestly, what all happened in the start itself towards the Rumble, I would say was a bit messy. Okay, because there was a lot of trades happening, but in terms of util, it kind of got a bit messy. But at the end of the day, it's all about the capitalization of rounds, and it goes in the favors of Esports, DFAC. Once again, not being able to get their hands on the perfect rounds that they want for themselves, and that will definitely be forcing them maybe to just go in for a save. Vibhor want to take the orb for himself. Zerot gets taken down on the other side. Shera, which means Shera is definitely trying his level best to maybe get a frag, but will that be possible? Look at Shera. He's been holding that angle, maybe expecting someone to walk in his crosshairs. That's not gonna happen. Venka shuts down Kirito as well. And now it's all about the bodies falling down left and right, back and forth. The Marshall hits one, and that's gonna be Venka. Malachi, not the perfect position to be into while you're going for the smokes, my friend. Kohli once again with a 3K. And the 6th one on board for the sides of Grey Fox Esports. 6-2 and 3 ults on either of the ends to work around with.
A lot of utility indeed, that is true, but DFAC need to break through this defensive setup, because whenever we are talking about the map of Lotus, you know that this is a map which is super favoring to the attacker's side. So Grey Fox already getting 6 on their defense already shows that they've got a very solid cushioning coming in from them whenever they'd be going in on towards the attacker's side.
Yeah.
So DFAC, they need to pull up their socks at this point, and they need to find the opening whatsoever. Otherwise, those similar approaches towards the A would just not work in their favor. Wall seems to be pretty decent time and time again. They've been placing this one exact same wall. Maybe they can try and switch things up, place it somewhere else, and try and fake some presence towards the other part, only to get the rotation. Because look at how far Grey Fox has pushed up top. So when after a few more seconds would just be in the attacker's spawn, though he will be welcomed by a couple of players there. So is not pushing up his advantage, but this gives the idea to Grey Fox that the hit might be coming in towards the A or either B, and both of those places are where they're just playing far back, only waiting for contact.
Welcome to my world.
That's going to be a lot of information that they probably need. Venka, he shuts down. EMP kid though, and that's going to be purely on the basis of showstopper. Spike gets planted, investment on the Vipers, big transformer, Kai shuts down, Venkat trade comes up. But Panzer will be investing on the defenders. Lockdown gets denied, and now the lockdown will definitely go into win. But Hoax was right present there to deny when that's all he could do. Lockdown gets destroyed. DFAC do have the control. But look at Kohli. He's expecting someone to be out
One
of the
enemy
Vipers.
remaining.
Wait, maybe one last remaining player, and that's going to be Viper.
stands.
They need to find him and shut him down. Kirito good for one. Relying on the back of Viper. Spit will he be able to convert one more? He does. And finally, after a long break, it's going to be the FAC with the third one. 6-3 slowly and steadily. Maybe getting back into the game. You know, when we talk about the map of Lotus itself, I feel the early control demanded from the sides of Grey Fox Esports is definitely a good way to start things off, because at the end of the day, when you have the early A or maybe early C control, the attackers are left down with 2 remaining sides, and that's where you have your other players to look onto. So yeah, that's a good strategy. But again, the FAC Esports, they will be on their defending half in a while, so you never know, everything's just change there.
Definitely could change there when the half switches up, but for now, one thing is for sure, that Venka is not going to stop whatsoever, because the crossfire
Zerot.
was just absolutely brilliant, and looking at the way things are right now, it might be a flawless. Maybe not. Maybe not. Alright, that's
Why?
Kind of wanted to go in for a wide peek, maybe. Did not realize that there were at least 2 people there.
Yeah, that's going to be true. Grey Fox Esports once again with the 7th one on board. seems to be good for them. I mean, in the first half itself, being on the defender's side, if they are able to capitalize on so many consecutive rounds, it's actually a good sign. Going out of the second half, we know the map of Lotus, right? It heavily favors the attacking side. So again, DFAC, they need to be really careful in these two rounds. At least take it to a 7-5. But once again, an early A control being demanded from the sides of Grey Fox. Esports is supposed to clear out of that situation. Shera, not the perfect way to peek into. His teammates gets punished for the same. Players done for. Paranoia is perfect. They're not right for Ascent, and that's gonna be a good shot. But good for one, maybe not. Tries to take the second one down as well. When surviving till his last breath out there. Only one casualty and the 8th one for them.
That Ray's movement was actually pretty good, won't lie, because he had a knife in hand and then he just went in for that reposition, gave enough time to Wibo to go in for the spray down, save the life of his comrade, and moving Grey Fox up to 8th. We can probably try and get a 9-3. DFSC fans would be just hoping that the curse is real, because as of now, that's sort of the only few things that might be able to save them, as things are not looking pretty. They've been getting a few rounds, so it definitely is possible for them to get this game. Again, got to figure out the way Grey Fox have been going in with the defensive setup. As of now, they'll be opening up doors, Seekers invested. Just figure out if it's actually going to be a full-fledged hit. Yes, and that is actually going to be a full-fledged hit. Paranoia on the ready. Lose up right away as soon as the execute comes in, and the side is also stacked up. Because on the other side, Diesel spray down is going to come in. Flash. Shera was flashed up himself. That's going to be Kohli super ready. Ahead of that, that's also good. Goes in for the peak. Will be able to get the spray down. And the crossfire was just absolutely brilliant.
Definitely was. One last remaining player. A flawless round. Even before I could talk about it, it's going to be a flawless, a 9-3. I really feel sad for Kohli though. Did not get a chance to invest onto his eye for any possible situation. But yeah, he did invest onto it after getting a 9-3 scoreline on board. Pistol round. Here's where everything is going to matter again, because we've been talking about it for a while now, right? If you really want to make a comeback from 9-3, pistol round needs to be yours. Because at the end of the day, if you're not able to get the pistol, you know you are going to give away your opponents a great lead, a great advantage. And for the sides of Grey Fox Esports, it's going to be the double digits directly. So yeah, they need to be really very careful in terms of investment. There have been 2 ghosts, 2 half shields, 3 ghosts, 1 half shield on the other side. But DFAC again doing the same that Grey Fox did in their first half, trying to take the early rumble control. And Merkai does have a good position, but that's anticipated, right? You know there might just be someone right up there towards the rumble. Early A control completely demanded and being respected from the sides of Grey Fox Esports. Viper towards the B side, but I feel they do have the side for themselves. Inside the smoke is where one player is. Menka had no clue. Did try to take him down, but gets denied onto. They have the side completely open for business, but Vipur will be extending those fights. And he gets taken down. Numbers not favoring the sides of Grey Fox Esports. Spike is down. Kirito with a 3K. And a flawless round for the sides of DFAC Esports.
What a scrappy situation coming in from Grey Fox, because Ven tried to follow up on that Trailblazer. He did not get any value out of it, but they had an idea that there's Viper there. So before planting the spike, they had to take care of him. But Kirito just holding his ground, going in for those small repositions and readjustments. And that just helped him out so much in that previous round. The Viper wall setup goes all the way from C towards the B. Normally we see the wall thrown from B and also covering the movable doors, right, towards the A side. But this time around, his Viper wall is pretty different. Allows the members of Grey Fox to probably move in through that choke point, even if the Viper wall is up. So they would have the control of at least the frontal part of the site and could flood in from left and right both. And can also try and fight for the fountain control. But oh no, DFAC. That's such crazy one taps coming in from him.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Spike down A.
A A lot of bodies right towards the rumble itself. You might see one last remaining player. Panzer cannot do anything, gets taken down to Kirito. A Vandal being invested now, that's huge. But Merkai did anticipate a rotation being called off, right? Viper towards the B, the wall, plus a lot of util dump, which did force out the players from Grey Fox Esports, but now it goes down to a full buy again. And look at the economy. If I talk about three players, Wenka, Hoax, and Panzer, they're completely broke after this. They do not even have one single penny in their pocket, so they need to be really careful because they cannot just ask from their teammates. Even they do not have that great of an economy. This is a full buy round, ladies and gentlemen, and we all know how important this is. Letting go of this one might be a bit difficult to manage onto, but for now, A execution. It's a fast A hit coming forward. The KJ placement towards the A. Two players towards the backstab, but there's going to be the KJ from the side of Grey Fox as well. Kurita shuts down before, denies him from any single thing out there, but Panther needs to find the frag. He does. Good for one. Markai with a trade. The spike is planted, and now it's all about the post plants in that. Your TFAC. They do have the numbers, but they cannot rely onto the sky because he's surviving a pixel of his health. It's going to be difficult, but Kohli with that positioning might turn the tables around.
He can get a couple from them, gets one, tries to go for another spray down, but a good jiggle P coming in. What's going to be the trade coming in from Marshall?
Player standing.
You get anything more? Wen's been taken care of already. That's down to Hope only. Someone's going to line up for him, but the time is ticking. Do they have enough fun? I think so. They have got it. It's going to be close though. Yeah, 0.97. They have got it.
Kohli, if in case Kohli would have been able to get both of these frags out of his name, things would definitely have been different. Because look, Kirito was taking down, but it all went down to Merkai with a perfect trade, and that's where DFAC denied a full buy for the sides of Grey Fox Esports. We've been talking about, Lotus being an attacking-sided map, but every team on the defense seemed to be so strong. Every single time, right? We've been seeing this for a long time now. 96 DFAC Esports slowly and steady trying to make it possible, but a flying race tends to shut down two players. Merkai with a perfect trade, 3K. Ladies and gentlemen, Hoax finds Merkai finally, but Wenka, my oh my, flying raise. They definitely delete two players out there. One last remaining players, DFAC Esports, nothing less than a nightmare for them. And it all goes down to EMP Kid being the last surviving player, a 1 versus 2 that he needs to find. Not just for himself, but for his team to get the 7th one on board.
One enemy
Will
remaining.
that be possible? Hopes he gets denied. Panzer. A 1 versus 1. A KJ versus a KJ. Who will win this duel is the question. Turret being perfect gives away the positioning as well. Needs to play on time. The tap is fake, trying to walk in his crosshairs. Panzer finally denies EMP Kid. Ladies and gentlemen, the way it all started, this flying raise on my screen. My oh my, Wenka. Perfect and precise shots to delete two players out there.
Deleted them. That was such a great play whatsoever. Because those one taps were the things that provided them the opening, but still, Markai tried to bring the round back for his own team. Getting a 3K off his own from a pretty awkward position, though normally it's been played many a times, it's been left unchecked. Even DFAC left it unchecked, and this time around Grey Fox did not check it whatsoever. So it was a good opportunity for them to try and get something more out of that, but again, the aim adjustment, it was brilliant. And in the meantime, EMP Kid gets ahead with the Marshall. Jumpy. Wait out the shot. Trailblazer not getting the value. Paranoia has been invested and yet he repositions, gets one. But Kohli in the meantime trying to equalize the numbers, gets 2 off his own.
Oh, someone definitely give empty Kid out there, EMP Kid out there, an operator already, because with Marshall, this man has been phenomenal. 2 perfect frags, but yeah, unfortunate the trades were perfect though. 3v3 is what the situation looks like. spike. Yes, it is planted already, and it all goes down to the post-plant scenario that we are talking about. That comes up. They did not anticipate Panzer. He topples it up. Grey Fox Esports once again, after losing onto their first full buy, they tend to get the perfect round completely because of Venka, I would say. And after that, it has been them on the 11th one as well. 11-6. One round for match point and one more to end it all here and here. But now DFAC, they can completely let Viper play on one side and maybe invest onto the Viper's pit and have better manpower towards the others. Just maybe.
I mean, that's what normally all the teams on the defense do, right? But as of now, Viper's going to go in towards the B part of the map as Rebel control has been given entirely. DFAC will be taking that gladly. Trailblazer is going to clear a lot of things up, so they already know where the hit is coming in because a bunch of utilities being dumped in. Viper Wall is going to go down as well. So much space being taken and only Killjoy Molly's to stop the pursuit.
You should run.
DFAC need to get this rotation just as quickly as possible. Even the lockdown has been invested.
Spike planted.
Once again, the spike gets planted and now it's all about the post-plant situation. Venka, every single time a flying raise appears on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, you need to run away. And not running away is going to punish the players out there. Vibor good for one. It all goes down to DFAC and one last remaining player. EMP Kid. No, he was standing fine. One onto Kohli. A 1v3. A lot to ask as Vibor finds a 3k. And the match point. Grey Fox Esports on the match point 12-6. DFAC Esports not really sure on how will they do this because here's the thing. If they need to win this, they need to take 6 more rounds, take it to an overtime, win 2 more rounds, and then get this map for themselves, which is a huge ask. That's gonna be a mountain to climb maybe, and is gonna test their patience, their hard work, strategies, every single thing out there. 4 ultimates to be relied on to, but 2 important one coming up from the sides of Grey Fox as well, the Seekers and the Rolling Thunder.
Indeed, and they've got to use it as carefully as possible because again, it's going to be not that pretty spray down. We go down to 52 HP. So Grey Fox closing in. It's important HP for the people though. What was supposed to happen in the previous one is happening right now as Kirito moved out of his pit, got one. Zerot on the other hand also shuts down Venka, but Hoax will be able to trade it off camera. They've got some space to work with towards the A as there's absolutely no rotation coming in whatsoever, but Vibor needs to win this duel. Can he isolate it? He has found a timing. He is going to roam around with the pit, playing with Viper, and just look at the god timing. He's got the flank in, he's clearing so much space, and Viper's not even looking at him, and he gets Kirito right in the skull. That's kind of the spike will be planted towards the seaside, and it's down to just Killjoy and Omen. DFAC for the retake. Rolling Thunder being invested just to clear.
Yeah, they did invest onto the Rolling Thunder just to clear or maybe find someone towards the seaside, but unfortunately there was no one. The lockdown gets invested onto. The post-plan situation numbers not in favor for the sides of DFAC Esports. I really feel sad for the Viper out there who got denied from before in that best possible way. But no players detained. And it's going to be all about the post-plan situation towards the water. Good for one before finds the last one over and over again. Grey Fox Esports, ladies and gentlemen, ending this map with a 13-6 scoreline. Vibor has been phenomenal. Over and over again, I've been, really emphasizing on that fact. But we saw him extending those fights, getting those frags, doing everything possible in his hands to get those numbers, get those rounds, and he was able to do everything. Every single strategy that they utilized onto, they did get those rounds. In the start itself, yeah, we did see Grey Fox making mistakes here and there. But at the end of the day, they wanted the map, they needed the victory, and they got it for themselves.
Absolutely correct. And it's funny how we're actually seeing the few scores like 13-2 and then 13-4, now 13-6. I believe it was 13-1 if I'm not wrong, first game. But yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? So
it's all for fun. But really, talking about the situations in that map, very well mentioned that Vibhor was the one who was literally being the anchor, but also when on the race, he was literally unstoppable. And we're going to see that right now as well as we'll be looking at the match highlights. He was literally unstoppable, especially with those one taps. It just looked that he was so very precise.
Um, yeah, I wouldn't actually deny onto that. Initially, few rounds did roll in the favors of the FAC Esports. They went in to deny a full buy as well for the sides of Grey Fox Esports. They wanted a lot of control. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm talking about the sides of Grey Fox Esports for now. Towards the C or towards the A, towards the Rumble, if I talk about it, they did demand a lot more of a control as compared to DFAC Esports. And, DFAC had no other options, right? They had to respect that space because forcing that fight would have been so vulnerable. And in few rounds, we did see them getting punished for forcing fights or the positioning that wasn't needed. At the end of the day, we did see an early
True.
equalization coming up. I mean, a 2-all scoreline that we did talk about. But I feel after that, both of these teams, they did make mistakes. Like Grey Fox Esports, though they are victorious, they did get the victory in this map for themselves. But there were mistakes being committed here and there.
It's a new roster, right? So, they still need to brush up a
Yeah,
few things here and there. And that is probably what they're going to do in this tournament as well. They're fixing a few things. I really love the adjustment that came in from their side. Even after the first few mess ups and a few hiccups that they went through, they still ended up the half at a 9-3 situation. So that clearly
yeah.
speaks for itself that, yeah, there were some rough combo plays, but even after that, they were able to capitalize onto that just based on the raw skills that this team has. So you already know that Grey Fox need to be not taken lightly at this point. They've got to be taken seriously. While on the other hand, when we are talking about DFAC, they had a few good reads coming in, but on their
Hmm.
attacking rounds, it just seemed that they are again and again going for the same one-dimensional approach, wherein yes, they invested a Viper wall towards the A side and then went in for the same kind of play time and time again without kind of making any proactive play towards the other side. So it kind of ended up being a pretty decent situation from for Grey Fox, wherein they were just easily able to get that snowball in. And also, we saw a lot of players popping off, be it Wen, be it Markai, be it anyone from both the teams. They were working really well. Even Kirito, at one point, it just seemed that he'd be able to get a lot of rounds for his team, or maybe a lot of frags invested onto the pit as well towards the sea. But it was just fun as this shot from Wen. It was just perfect.
I mean, I just call it a flying raise on your screen. A
Yep.
nightmare, definitely. If you have a raise flying out there and hitting two perfect sheriff shots, it's just so good of an aim that we talk about. But it all went down to DFAC finding few rounds here and there. But after Venka hit those two brutal shots, I would say it was so difficult for DFAC to get over it and maybe get rounds here and there. Grey Fox Esports, it all went down to a match point, 1v2, which could not work in their favor of DFAC Esports, and Grey Fox got a 13-6 as a victory for them. But yeah, let's just talk about the scoreboard as well. Seven first bloods, Wenka. Oh my god. 314 of an ACS to be maintained, but have nothing to take away from his teammates. Look at Vibor with 19, Kohli with 15, Hoax with 13, and Panzer with 11. Every single player got double digits for themselves. On the other side, if I talk about the FAC Esports, we have Merkai with 16, Curito with 16 as well, and Piquet with 12. Zerat and Shera, not really sure if they are having a good day today. I mean, seems a bit difficult for Shera though. But again, it all goes down to we saying that Grey Fox Esports got the best possible victory. I also have to mention about Kohli though. I remember seeing him during the Astro RV times. I mean, he's been that one player to look out for. I've mentioned it boldly that Kohli in sports and Kohli in esports have been phenomenal, and that's what I mean to say after looking at the stats as well. But yeah, for now, ladies and gentlemen,
True.
three maps done. For one last remaining map for the day, it's time for us to maybe just get our energy back onto desk, because the last match is going to be interesting. So do not go anywhere. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back with the fourth match for the day.
wrecking it, babe, just stay in a town. I'm on the edge, I ain't coming down. I get too high, I'm afraid of the ground. I'm young and I'm paid to play with these sounds. Ignoring the call, she shutting that gown. Started the top and I'm taking it down off the champagne. Took a break from the brown on a rampage. I've been giving it ground. Shawty been solid some time now. I'm my life for the wine, dine, and I'm with it. Look where we started and look where we at. I can see where we headed, but I can't see me finish. 3 years ago, I was down on my last. Was stuck at the crib, I couldn't get out of my bed. Then I realized it's all in my head. And I can't go back to the past, yeah. Except now I'm moving, put all in the music for more like a movement is brewing. I cannot picture us losing. I'm sharp when I shoot it, the world is my tutor. She wanna live block in public, but know that I'm published, we settle for safety. Not in the street, but I'm on the same muscle, that schedule been driving her crazy. They talk like they know me, but know that they bluffing unless it's somebody that pays me. Keep minding your business, the money been printing, my nigga just gotta go get it. I'm in the zone through the winter. I'm trying to see Rome, see Venice. I'm at the summit, I'm thumbing my budget, my nigga, it's nothing, just part of my image. I need a minute. I know they live it, admit it, I'm teed up. Little baby, she a teaser. Tell her to follow the leader. I put that weight on my shoulders, so let's run up the check in my knees, yeah. Really not nobody real, it feel like the stars align and you can see, yeah. Just look at the drip, it's lit. I've been on 10, I'm active, yeah. Sliding that thing, tell them to step back, cause I'm out of their range. I'm bad again, yeah, I'm active again, yeah. The jaded, they tangle in feelings. I'm on a wave, I know that they hate it. Raises to high, ain't nobody really. I'm gifted, won't trade it for nothing, I'm in it. I get deposits, so I keep it cautious. No cash at the crib, everything been legit. I keep it solid, I know they gon' talk when I get it. They claim they're part of this, but I'm dolo with it. I'm chasing the riches, the riders, the Hail Mary to the Benjamins. Niggas is mad, they cynical. The hate in your heart, waste your energy. They want what we on, they envy, don't pay it no mind. Too focused on enemy. My soul's too pure to have enemies, so I hope you can find you some inner peace. I need a minute. I know they live it, admit it, I'm teed up. Little baby, she a teaser. Tell her to follow the leader. I put that weight on my shoulders, so let's run up the check in my knees, yeah. Really not nobody real, it feel like the stars align and you can see, yeah. Just look at the drip, it's lit. I've been on 10, I'm active, yeah. Sliding that thing, tell them to step back, cause I'm out of their range. I'm bad again, yeah, I'm active again, yeah.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute, work hard for the car, so that's why it's all tinted. Wait a minute, had a real late night, woke up with my head spinning out in Nashville. It's been mad real, I need sunglasses, I need Advil. I like fake boobs, and my cash real. I like first place, you're in last deal. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
Look, pocket rocket in my pocket, please don't make me pop it. All these boys just wanna copy the style, tell them stop it, whoa. It's my destiny, feeling like Latoya, like it found me my Beyonce, and she shotgun in the cockpit. Grinding with the team, making C notes. In my pocket still full of green, call it CeeLo. Alligator watch on me, Tim Tebow. And these haters love to watch me like Tebow. Look, I don't take L's, I just learn a lesson. Before I count the M's, always count my blessings. Look, I'm too sure, never second guessing. Got some money, put up for the rain, so I'm never stressing.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
Hey, Been on it, drum on the rail. I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, I hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. Just I get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. I got a show and she dipping them nails. I'm flipping my L's, I know they can tell. I did it too major, they hit me for favors. Been him since the cable was cut in the cradle. What's up, only right that I do it. Colossal until I'm a boss, so they want me to fail. Look, we prevail. Jump on your tail. Know that they talking, they telling them tales. Just know how to tell, that for the sale. Hey, they talk like they got it, but they need to stop it. I'm leading with logic, my heartbeat is frosted. I seen it, got optics I needed from Shawty. She mean with the top and it's obvious. They need him a target, I'm dodging their darts, make them reach for the stars. I'm dumping, I'm forcing the pun off the runs. I'm moving with caution, I'm saucing my nigga is nothing. From nothing to something they'll never be. Tycoon and I'm Dre with the thizzle face. I'm nothing my section has ever seen. Run the ice so I'm clutch, I don't need a screen. I'm Curry, I spit shit from 30 deep. Do the pin in the pad like it's surgery. She been curving you just to flirt with me. Totally tucked out, but the jewels out. I just in a home with a full mouth. I'm a rare breed when the moon out. I'ma stop playing by the rules now. I been ran plays, need a new route. Queen said she needs space in a new house. Mom told me that she pray for the kid every day. No wonder I'm getting paid for the tunes now. It ain't ass, bitch, I'm on the rail. I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, I hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. This facade get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. Really outside with it. Run around with it. Run around with that. Run around with that. racking it, baby, just stay in the town. I'm on the edge, I ain't coming down. I get too high, I'm afraid of the ground. I'm young and I'm paid to play with these sounds. Ignoring the calls, she shutting that gown. Started at the top and I'm taking it down off the champagne. Took a break from the brown on a rampage. I've been giving it brown. Shawty been solid some time now. I'm alive for the wine, dine, and I'm with it. Look where we started and look where we at. I can see where we headed, but I can't see me finish. 3 years ago, I was down on my last. Was stuck at the crib, I couldn't get out of my bed. Then I realized it's all in my head. And I can't go back to the past, yeah. Except now I'm moving, put all in the music for more like a movement is brewing. I cannot picture us losing. I'm sharp when I shoot it, the world is my tutor. She wanna lip block in public, but know that I'm published, we settle for safety. Not in the street, but I'm on the same muscle, that schedule been driving her crazy. They talk like they know me, but know that they bluffing unless it's somebody that pays me. Keep minding your business, the money been printing, my nigga just gotta go get it. I'm in the zone through the winter. I'm trying to see Rome, see Venice. I'm at the summit, I'm thumbing my budget, my nigga, it's nothing, just part of my image. I need a minute. I know they live it, admit it, I'm teed up. Little baby, she a teaser. Tell her to follow the leader. I put that weight on my shoulders, so let's run up the check in my leisure. Really not nobody real, it feel like the stuff.
After 3 exciting matches, we are back again, ladies and gents, for the last match of the evening. You are watching Lenovo and Intel presents the Arena Championship by Comic Con India and the Esports Club powered by AMD. This is me, Scared Yet, and with me, someone who's looking really cute, Darshita.
Oh, I mean, you should have given me the compliment maybe during the first match if you think I really look cute though. But anyways, yeah, that's gonna be true. This is the 4th map for the day, ladies and gentlemen. And also, yeah, if you say that I do look cute, thank you so much for that. But let's just get going towards the match up for this specific map. It's going to be Middle Esports going up against the sides of Ace Esports. Well, now that they have an ace in their name itself, I do expect a lot of aces from their end. But going down to the map of Middle, I don't know. I just feel like this is going to be a map of Haven.
Pure clairvoyant or something, maybe a prophet, who knows? We'll have to wait and see if the prophecy is true or not. And guess what? It is going to be the map of Haven. And why do I feel like just because of the fact you have studied Middle a lot, you had an idea this might actually go on to a Haven?
I mean, I'll really be honest, Kid. I remember when we were on a break, and we did not have the map veto in our WhatsApp group, maybe we still were discussing, and I was so confident of the fact that we might just witness a map of Haven, Paradox with a Cypher, one tap god with a duelist, and a lot of discussions that we had for ourselves. But everything seems to be so true. It's Paradox with a Cypher, Easy with an Astra. We have Black Hawk with a Sova Wimp going for a breach, and one tap god with the duelist. That's going to be Jet. Agent composition, the only difference that I can witness right now is going to be a KJ and a Cypher. And now that we were talking about the updates in terms of Cypher as well, I feel might be an advantage for Paradox.
I guess only my wish has been left ungranted of seeing any, so maybe let's see, maybe we still have a few more days, who knows, we might possibly see
Yeah.
it. But again, coming back to the same point about the Cypher, right? Because yes, his trapped buyers have got a humongous buff at this point, and I honestly feel it was much needed, because again, previously you would have been easily able to break them through the utilities, or maybe like through the Sky Dogs, even Fate Prowlers. But now
Yeah.
finally, since it gets reactivated time and time again, you have to properly destroy it. So it gives a lot of advantage, especially to those Cypher players, because then again you can try and move in such a way, because of course the crosshair of your enemy will be thrown in towards your trappers. You can try and find the perfect timing to probably get a few more picks out there, but we'll just have to wait and see how it eventually pans out. First round, and we will be seeing simple 2-1-2 spread coming in. Normally, yeah, we've got an idea that, right? Vince's gonna just throw out a fault line probably and then move towards B, or he's just trying to play in for the retake as well towards that side, while Paradox is actually playing in pretty aggressive.
Yeah, that's gonna be true. Paradox.
I must wait a
on the
moment.
Cypher, but okay, he has all the information that needs to be relied on to.
Tripwire
He knows that
destroyed.
there might be a lot of
Cage
players
taken.
that requires gets denied for, and it just seems to be perfect, but they did not check Paradox in that angle. And that's where the execution completely faces a backlash. Ace Esports, one last remaining player, and that's gonna be the KJ. The stun was so perfect. Paradox was stunned for a while, had no clue on what's going on around him, but still the position not being checked from the sides of AZ Esports would definitely deny 10 few shots being missed from here and there, and that's going to be the first round for the sides of Medal Esports.
Simple, precise, on point. The shots absolutely perfect. And again, Paradox, before he
I should play
fell, he
some
was able to take a
Astros
couple
in
of
this
kills
galaxy.
for his own. So again, Ace needs to properly check the angles and would also need to clear them proactively if in case they want to try and catch middle off guard, that is. Because again, whenever you're talking about the executes, especially towards the seaside, it's a pretty long cubby that you need to travel through, right? Pretty long route you've got to take through. So you need to have your utilities perfectly timed up and on point, especially combining it with those smokes as well. I mean, or maybe you can try and get a few
Here.
picks here and there, just like Sadie did. That works too.
Yeah. Medal Esports, good
Still
start for them though.
slowly. Take it forward.
Spike down
Is the
A.
spray down from Wimp and Blackhawk. It was just precise and pretty. With a Sheriff in hand and a Spectre as well, they knew exactly what was about to happen. The trigger discipline from Wimp.
Gets a whole lot easier.
Absolutely brilliant on point.
2-0. Ace Esports, finally they have their hands on a full buy for themselves, and Medal Esports will probably be continuing on the bonus. Some investments here and there in terms of utils and maybe shields. That's going to be important. But Paradox kind of set up towards the B side. It's going to be A side completely relied onto the SOA. A heavy presence though towards the garage B and the C side. Once again, a bit of an aggressive approach coming up from One Tap God will not reward him anything but his own death. One Tap God gets taken down. Initial frag rolls in the favor of AZ Esports, but they did not expect this. What?
Spike down A.
Blackhawk finds two players with a ghost for himself before he gets taken down. AZ Esports, though they have shut down Blackhawk completely, but does not matter. Paradox once again on the flank gets checked onto. 1-for-1 trade. 2v2 yet doable for either of the ways.
Wim has only got a Sheriff in hand, so you know that that's not the best weapon you would want to have. That's going to be
Last player standing.
Immensity. Caught up, will be taken down as well. Shot right on the back of the head. Still got to work around Sadie though, so got a few angles to clear. They'll be having an idea. What? How did he even land that shot? Need an explanation for that, because that is just crazy.
I definitely need a replay for what has happened in this round. Blackhawk doubling it up. Paradox, on the backstab was checked onto. Wimp with a precise connection. And the way he just jumped down the window. I would definitely say that a window for a while though. But yeah, the way he just jumped down and found that flag. Alright, a 3-0. AC Sport has been denied for a full buy. Going down to the economy for now. Sheriffs, Bulldog, and one Stinger has been invested onto One Tap God once again. As we keep talking about him over and over again, we know how aggressive of a player he is. He loves to take those aggressive angles, those fights, and being able to capitalize on the same. Paradox for one might double it up. Yeah,
One
he
enemy
does.
remaining.
One last remaining player might just be a flawless. Yes, it is a 3K for Wimp, 2 for Paradox, and the fourth one on board for Medal Esports, AC Sports. Once again, a full buy for them.
Some simple eco frags coming in for their side, 4-0, and Medal, they're literally not playing around whatsoever, right? Because, again, they've been having a perfect read onto the executes of Ace Esports. They are just super ready for the reply as well. And as of now, Ace will finally be having a good amount of buy, utilities. Seems that they can try and utilize those combinations to probably go in for some split executes. But the question is how are they going to cross those choke points? This time around, do they expect the aggression? My goodness, that scan's still revealing so much information, and Sadie has been taken care of, and they have no idea that Ace actually dashed forward. So much
One tap
space being
god.
taken and so much respect being shown. It might get precarious for them
Can't
because
use that yet.
gonna push through that smoke.
One enemy
Already
remaining.
person's position
Flawless.
noted. Paradox. Jeez, this person is literally onto something else at this point.
One tap god on the other side. Every single time he has the ace shot control, it just gets
I
so
should probably
vulnerable
play
for
some
his
stars
enemies
in the
out there,
astral
and
plane.
you have to respect that
Showdown.
decision because forcing on to, I mean, they can
That'll
actually
wreck.
go in maybe with some utils, try to take him out, and not respect every single time though. That might just be a quick change, but again. Medal Esports, we
That
know
should
One
wreck.
Tap God now, and we've been talking about it enough already. 5-0 Esports seems to be so difficult as I keep talking about it. One Tap God, ladies and gentlemen,
I punish
towards
you.
the A shot, towards the garage, outside the B window, every single where you will see this person, you see this player going all out on his enemies, finds two more. AC Sports been left down to two remaining player, and it's just a sad sight to witness, kid.
Extremely bad. And
Headshot.
all right, all right. Dimensity
Paradox?
finding two for himself, so that's one good thing. And can he triple it up? That's the question. Might not have an idea that
One
Paradox is
enemy
actually on the
remaining.
stage. Oh my goodness, the
am
trigger
Prometheus.
discipline, perfect, working out for him. Gets both of those one taps, does not miss anything, and also gets the round for his team. So as of now, Medal, they are confident, right? And they have an idea of about what's happening in through that round. They know that Ace is just not going in for any kind of pacey hits. So they're just easily maneuvering and trying to take that space slowly but steadily.
That goes there.
And also they're continuously changing those setups because you've seen
Yeah.
One Tap God first in the first few times he was aggressing
Get out
through
of
the
my
silvers
way.
and then
Wait
switched it up,
moment.
aggressed through the garage, and now again he's back onto the silvers. Bladestorm has been popped off by Sadie, so Scan's gonna already reveal that maybe Ace wanna play around the garage, and that is a place that is, look at that, easily respected. Cypher
One
traps,
Tap
one toward B,
God!
one towards garage. Jeez.
Every single
Deploying
time the first
Enemy
drag
back.
rolls in the favors of One Tap God, and this time he's gonna double it up. One more player being revealed, trying to maybe rely on the
Can he get an
information out
ace?
there, going for some ball. Back,
One
but
enemy
Blackhawk
remaining.
shuts down Sadie as well. One Tap God, good for the third one. One last remaining player. It all goes down to Astra. Maybe trying to survive One Tap God. Not really sure if he wanted to dash it in that way, but you have Paradox once again. 7-0. Slowly and steadily, things are slipping from the hands of Ace Esports for now because they did not even have the opener round, not even one single round that they have for themselves. The record is a 13-1 from the sides of True Rippers. Now, will Medal Esports be able to break it and maybe take it to a 13-0? I really hope that I didn't jinx it already for the sides of Medal
Right here.
Esports. But let's see if we are able to break the records made on the first day.
Scanning
Itself.
ahead.
If in case it's a 13-0, then that's gonna nullify the Comic-Con ticket I'm sending you. Oh, that's gonna be a
Spike
nasty shot
down
coming in
A.
though. One tap God as well as Vim. Both are just speaking one after the other and also now holding that space. Yet Ace actually want to pursue it, and
One
the pin set is
enemy
also coming in
remaining.
on time. One tap God again. Triples it up, just last remaining member. How much can Sadie do? Updraft's gonna reveal everything. He gets the fourth and they get the 8th round.
One tap God over and over again. I don't expect a lot of aggression coming up from a duelist though, but One tap God is built different, you know. His legend built different. You'll see him playing against any team. Like, even if I talk about the top teams in India right now, even if you see him playing against them, you see the same aggression in him. There's
Here.
nothing that stops him, and his team entirely understands that. You know, his team supports him, gets him every single util that is needed. That's the best possible team work that we talk about. I've been witnessing it for a long time
Oh,
now, but this
timing!
time, yeah, timing. is not going to be his best friend. It's not just about one tap god, but Paradox as well gets punished. A 3 versus 5, and finally might just be the first round of this game. But will that be the case? A 1-to-1 trade. It all goes down to one last remaining player, though. A 1 versus 4 at all if they want a flawless victory.
I know
Spike
that's gonna
planted.
happen. It's just easy, right? You don't have any major utils to work with. Stars, yes, that is true, but so many angles to watch out for. This is the first fight. He tries to go in for the second one, but the dead zoning just not there. Killjoy wins the trade out, so Vex is getting making sure that things are not going out of control and out of hand. So that's going to be the first round by Ace. But how much can they do? 8 and 4 is the best possible scenario from this point onwards. But you already know that medal. They've got every other ultimate. They've got the Cosmic Divide, Neural Theft, Rolling Thunder, Hunter's Fury, Blade Storm, you name it. They haven't invested onto anything at this point. Apart now from the operator in the hands of one tap god, that is.
Yeah. Wimp will be the first one to fall down in the specific round, but the trade comes in from the sides of Easy. He's denied the duelist. Now, AC Sports being on the attacking side, losing onto Jet. It's going to be really
You want to
difficult.
fight
Though.
it?
One tap goes as
kill.
the operator, good for one. Might just double it up, but this time he had a lot of players in front of the screen. But Paradox and a set up once again. 1, 2, might just be the third one. Yes, it is. Paradox with a 3K. And the 9th one for the sides of Medal Esports. This is the reason we've been talking about Cypher, ladies and gentlemen. Because the old good days are done. And now you need to welcome the new Cypher. The new updates definitely are going to hurt the back of all these players. Paradox entirely shut down the execution from the sides of Ace Esports and their 3 players. 9-1.
Here.
And honestly, I love the way that he's putting his trip because again, if you want to break it, you need to move forward through that choke point. That will always reveal the position of at least one. Unless you've got some crazy lineup coming in. However, we're talking about crazy. Paradox again. In this Cubby out here, he can try and isolate one fight. Does that, wins it, anticipates the second one. Can he get that? That's the question. Yes, realizes the position. Now he's just going in for slow readjustments. It's about time.
Spike
And he gets
down,
the
C.
spike in front of him. That is the last thing Ace wanted. What?
That's just Paradox being Paradox, and the champion shining so bright is definitely telling you every single story out there. Sally, though, with the marshal that he has for himself, has converted 2 frags. It all goes down to 2v3. Vim was looking at a complete different angle. Will definitely get punished onto, but Blackhawk and his location not being compromised. We'll find him 1 frag. That's going to be Sadie. Done for. The spike goes down though, and now it's all down to one last remaining player, Diamond City. A 1 versus 2 needs to
30
retrieve the
seconds
spike,
left.
Get the side control, go in for a plant, but will he be allowed to? Has 25 seconds remaining on the clock though, needs to go in for an A or a B. I mean, yeah, B would be way too far, needs to go in for an A execution. Does not have the spike control yet. Oh yeah, he does not have the spike though, so
10
it's done for. It's impossible.
Left.
Yep.
Yikes.
One tap god.
Smokes. Knew the distance was, far away, but he got that leg shot onto him, so the HP was not that much either way. He just needed one of those shells to be connected. And yep, it's just as you mentioned, one tap god getting crazy. However, it did went pretty close though. That is true. They did not anticipate Blackhawk being up close that much. Did you ever even imagine that you're going to see Shorty kill a person on that range?
Let's not talk about it. Yeah, definitely. 10-1, ladies and gentlemen, Medal Esports does have the double digits, the perfect advantage that they want for themselves, but the Rolling Thunder, will it find anything is the question. The investment is done for. But then we'll be going in for a counter rolling thunder. Paradox shuts down. The Soma Sadi gets taken down. So is the case with Diamond City. Paradox good for 3. A 3K that he already has for his name. Might just be another ace that we talk about. Only find it not Shang gets taken down before getting the 4th one. Blackhawk puts the final nail into the coffin, and that's going to be the 11th one on board. You know what I feel right now? I should not talk about things which aren't yet done. I mean, yeah, if the ace is not yet done, I'm not gonna talk about it because I feel I'm jinxing it way too much now. I did it for that Maker in the first match, and now I did it for Paradox. He definitely is gonna spam my DM after this.
Well, that might be correct, but either way, it was also a possibility that middle might get a 13-0, but still is denying that. So that I
Oh,
can
come
even call
on.
that a caster's curse coming in.
Come on.
It was possible. You can't deny it. It was possible. That's a caster's curse.
You do not give reasons
You can't
to
catch
the
us.
entire team to maybe think that Castor's curses were real, okay? Because okay,
It
all right.
is.
I don't really want to talk about it right now. 11-1, ladies and gentlemen. The pistol round right in front of us. But Sadie, is that a good move? Yes, he'll be good for 1. Could not get an opportunity to dash back. 2 frags in return. AC Esports does not have the numbers.
Spike dropped.
Middle just having an idea of what they actually want to do, and look at the way they're just taking control of the space, of the site entirely. Already left one tap guard to just take care of any kind of possible lurks. Got a crossfire set up to welcome anyone coming in from either the graffiti or even the heaven. Smoke put up perfectly. Everything just seems on point from middle, and I don't think so Ace can even win this one out, apart from the fact that he can try and dump a few of those utils. And a smoke being put there, corner not being checked, 1-for-1 trade coming in, but that's the crossfire I was mentioning, and Blackhawk is just there to clear all of those things up. 12-1 is the situation, Medal just easily winning it out.
They definitely are, ladies and gentlemen. One last round. AC Sports, they will be going in and forcing every single penny. I mean, they will be investing onto every single penny that they have. Maybe Stingers. I highly doubt we might see a Spectre though. I mean, they would need to compromise onto the shields or some utils if they want to go and invest onto a Spectre. Oh yeah, they are. There's a lot of compromises being made from either of the ways, but for now, early sports match point, it is, ladies and gentlemen, 21 is what the scoreline is like, but the anticipation of someone being right in the close quarter is not yet up. Paradox gets denied, one tap god with a perfect trade, shuts down Diamond City. 4v4 is what it looks like for now. Easy good for 1, yes he is. A 4 versus 3 might just put an end to this match here, and here one tap god finds one, a perfect trade comes up. Sadie is right inside the side of 1 versus 2. A do or die situation for Black out there. Shuts down one more, but gets taken down to easy, saying that the enemy was definitely punished out there. 13-1 medal esports, ladies and gentlemen. They finally close it here and here, and scared now. I really feel sad, maybe for a fact that might that would have been a caster's curse for them not getting a 13-0. I mean, yeah, you literally made me sad, okay? You literally made me sad after saying that, but at the end of the day, Medal Esports, good victory, 13-1 is what the scoreline looks like.
Absolutely true. Now, again, there were a lot of things that Team Ace would need to correct, because scrapping a few of those angles and all of the things that they need to clean up, corners not being checked. There are a lot of things, to be honest, because once there was this gameplay
Yeah.
again, they will realize that yeah, there are some things that need brushing up, and again, they've got to anticipate a lot of people on different kinds of angles. So you always have to watch out, and you've got to put in a perfect combination whenever you're going in for a site execute. Because if it's a stag site, if there's a crossfire, you will always be welcomed by a lot of bullets from all different angles. Though yes, I still like a few of those plays that they tried to make, because I understand, it's not like yeah the scoreline tells the entire story. There were a few of those rounds which could have gone either ways, either for Ace
Yeah.
or for Middle. It just ended up being
a situation where you can say medals readjustment was just a little bit better because of the experience that they have had. And of course,
Yeah.
Cypher's buff is something that needs to be worried about and respected properly. So a lot of those times, Medal just found those perfect timings, and it's going to come down with the experience. But yes, it's going to be a very good experience for Ace to try and figure out what were their main mistakes coming around in this match.
Yeah, there's a lot that they had the opportunity to learn. I mean, honestly, these tournaments that we keep talking about gives opportunity to these new players, right, to learn from the experienced ones, from the big names out there, from the top teams in India out there. They get a real good chance to learn onto a lot and maybe execute it for the next time, though, because it's a best of one series and a do or die. I mean, either you get the best of one series or you say a goodbye. So a goodbye for the sides of Ace Esports and a victory for the sides of Medal Esports. But again, there were few rounds where, as you said, right, Ace Esports, they did try to go in for good executions, but at the end of the day, it was all about Medal Esports and their aim game as well. I mean, I definitely want to mention the fact as well. The aim was precise. The headshot connections were perfect, especially for one tap god. Every single time he's been aggressive, he is being able to hit those perfect headshots. In the initial few rounds, yeah, he was not able to do that, but when it went down to a few rounds here and there, he was actually phenomenal and was able to hit those perfect shots here and there. But the scoreboard, I really want to see who is on the top because yeah, it's gonna be Paradox though. But
All right.
the
Yes.
highest rating goes in the favors of one tap god with 4 first bloods. Paradox being on a cipher has 3 first bloods. Okay.
You can clearly understand the amount of times he literally pushed C long only to isolate a few of those duels and catching the god timing. Even Vex's Kitten, he was literally looking at the exact same choke point where Paradox came from. And he turned for half a second, and that was the time when
Yeah.
Paradox peaked in. So there were a lot of those plays coming in, but yes, at the end of the day, it was just him and his confidence playing alongside with one tap god who was controlling the other few parts of the map. Blackhawk, Wimp, Easy, they were just providing a great support to his team. So really
Yeah.
good game coming in from the side of Middle, but honestly, I would still say a few things to brush up. But apart from that, AS Esports is also going to learn a lot from this game. And I
Yeah.
just wish them all the very best. And we've got the 4 winners today. And honestly, 3 of them just being the org that we expected to win. Yeah, not exactly in the way that we thought, but we were up for a lot of surprises and through those roller coaster rides after all.
Yeah, that's gonna be true. The 4 winners for the day. I mean, it all started with True Rippers, then we had the sides of Reckoning Esports, we had Grey Fox, and to end today's day itself, it's gonna be Medal Esports. All the well-known names, I would say, in the
True.
Valorant scenarios right now, because we've seen these teams perform rally as well. Honestly, for the sides of Grey Fox Esports, we have seen a lot of changes, and I will definitely mention it on the day one itself that there are a lot of surprises on your way, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of the players
True.
and in terms of the teams. You are going to see these players with maybe new teams here and there around. So, what you guys need to do is maybe hit the like button, share the channel, and subscribe as well because that's going to give you a notification, right? Every single time we go live, you are going to get a notification. So, do not forget to do that. That's going to be it for today's day. We witnessed amazing matches. Would have been a match that could break all the records, but the cast curse tend to be really real. But thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. That's it for today's day. This is me, Darshita, signing off alongside Scared. We'll see you guys tomorrow on the same channel at the same time. Until then, take care.
You can see, yeah, just look at the drip. It's lit. I've been on 10. I've been on 10. I'm active, yeah. Slide that thing. Tell them to step back, cause I'm out of their range. I'm better again, yeah. I'm active again, yeah. The jaded, they tangled in feelings. I'm on a wave, I know that they hate it. Raises the high, ain't nobody really. I'm gifted, won't trade it for nothing, I'm in it. I get deposits, so I keep it cautious. No cash at the crib, everything been legit. I keep it solid, I know they gon' talk when I get it. They claim they're part of this, but I'm dolo with it. I'm chasing the richest, the riders, the Hail Mary to the Benjamins. Niggas is mad, they cynical. The hate in your heart waste your energy. They want what we on, they envy, don't pay it no mind. Too focused on enemy. My soul's too pure to have enemies, so I hope you can find you some inner peace. I need a minute. I know they live it, admit it, I'm seeing on 10. I've been on 10. I'm active again. Yeah. Sliding that thing. Tell them to step back, cause I'm out of their range. I'm batting again. Yeah. I'm active again. Yeah.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute, work hard for the car, so that's why it's all tinted. Wait a minute, had a real late night, woke up with my head spinning out in Nashville. It's been mad real. I need sunglasses, I need Advil. I like fake boobs and my cash real. I like first place, you're in last still. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
Look, pocket rocket in my pocket, please don't make me pop it. All these boys just wanna copy the style, tell them stop it, whoa, whoa. This my destiny, feeling like Latoya.